Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, F.E. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. Whenever tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us here at Champ and the Tramp. We got my man, Jamie Giovinazzo, the CEO and founder of eClean, bro. I became such good friends with him. He's obviously a recurring guest, so, thanks for coming back on the podcast,
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me.
How are things in the eClean, bro, world?
Well, with COVID, obviously COVID's very bad. A lot of people lost their fucking lives. COVID is very bad. For my business, COVID was kind of, I'm not happy about COVID, but COVID was very good for my business because my business model is,
contactless delivery, everything, yeah.
You order online, you don't have to talk to anybody. You are on your computer, it shows up the next day. You don't have to make contact with anybody.
Right.
COVID.
And restaurants are closed, so it's, I should say. They're back open now 25%, but.
Yeah. Yeah, and I did a lot of work with the local restaurants. I put them on my platform for free, so I let them sell their restaurant kits on my platform.
Awesome,
yeah, it was cool.
Another reason we love Jamie. This guy is always giving back. Always does more charitable functions than anybody I've ever known.
Absolutely.
COVID's been like, dude, the whole environment. This whole time has been so weird, and I'm trying not to lose my mind, but the political climate is there's a lot of things about to boil over, man. Things have gotten completely crazy. We're locked in our house. But back to COVID, man. When I look back at COVID, it was, for me as a leader, when they shut down the NBA, I was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah,
that was first, right?
When they shut the NBA down, I was like, whoa, fuck. Because I'm not even
in the sports world, though. That was the first thing that went down.
In
right?
In the world of money,
yeah.
I mean, the amount of money the NBA makes, dude. None of us are a zit on that ass. When they decided to shut that down, the amount of money they lost from that decision, I said, oh, holy fuck, this is bad. And so I got everybody, I got the whole company out there, obviously in pieces, and I did a real heart to heart with them, let them know, look, man, this is not going away. I was like, this is probably going to go till June. Back then, I thought the quarantine was going to go till June, and I was like, most important thing is we contain this, no outbreaks at work. If you don't feel good, stay home. I'll pay you. That was the big thing. I kept telling it, yo, because people will be trying to work through something.
Right.
Yo, don't be a hero.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're fucking sore throat, cold running. I'm like, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
I will pay you. And it worked. Made a couple adjustments. And from top to bottom, obviously COVID was very bad.
That likely means you have some honest employees, because you would think the next day everybody would stay home to get paid.
That's
a lot of people took advantage of that with unemployment.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And so my overnight manager was like, Jamie, stop saying that.
Yeah.
Because these overnight guys are not, and I'm like, no, it's fine. I got to be honest.
Right.
This is, that was a time where, obviously I always try to be straightforward with everybody, transparent. It's just the more transparent you are, people work better if they know what's going on. But what was funny was, we thought, and I feel bad, I assumed the worst, but the first guy got this twinkle in his eye when I said to stay home. And, it turned out, man, the fucking guy listened to me, didn't feel good, actually had it, stayed home, and avoided all, there was no outbreaks. And
well, that's good.
But we thought he was just trying to get that 2-week vacation. But, man, it was, thankfully, man, everybody was.
I can see where that makes sense, because they're doing you and your company a service by you. I'm assuming you'd have to shut down, probably do a big sanitization. So even though you're paying them for staying home when technically they're not working, the cost of what it would be to do a huge sanitization, clean up, and probably throw away a bunch of food and stuff. I mean, I think that was wise to do that.
Yeah, everybody. you know, I always make the jokes. I'm like, dude, we don't have one bag of shit in our company.
That's awesome.
And that's hard for a business to do because there's always
how many
one.
employees you have?
We only have one at the Champ and the Tramp.
Over 110.
Wow.
And everybody, bro, they know it's a legit purpose, man. Like
you created a
real culture.
A culture, yes. You really did. You really did.
They know that they're like I told them, I'm like when I told them about it was going to go till June, I'm like, yo, there are fucking elderly people that order our food. Like there are people who fucking need us, and that's not a lie.
Yeah.
You know? And like when I look back at the leadership and I look back at, although like I keep saying COVID's really bad, like I don't want anybody to take this out of context. You know, because people love to fucking do that in 2020.
Sure.
Well, no, whatever you say,
yeah.
there's going to be someone to say something. So
Like,
I don't give a fuck.
all
Say
the-
whatever the fuck you want to say.
Out of all the negativity in the world, I felt like in the middle of all that shit inside our building, people were like, Jamie, thank you. Like, I'm so glad I have my job. You know, my whole family's laid off. Like, it feels so good. Like, you know, we were taking, bro, fucking gloves, hand sanitizer, like every fucking precaution we could make. Everybody got their own van. People were like, yo, just drive this van. Don't share this van with anybody. Fucking take it home. Like, I don't want anybody else in your van. Like, we were very crazy about containing everyone.
Like a bubble. Like a little bro bubble.
And dude,
That's why you're on top, man.
yo, I kicked back $250,000 fucking dollars to like first responders, my employee. I gave everybody extra money to come into work. I mean,
It took care of him.
oh, bro, it's $250,000, a lot of money.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know, so I felt good about
But
that.
look at you, man. Look at how many startup companies there are, and there's only one
Just
Eat
look at
Clean,
that
bro.
fucking mullet,
Yeah.
yo. Come
Yeah.
on, man. You kidding me?
It
my
got
God.
bigger, bro, since the last time you
all
were
right,
in.
So the mullet. All right, so I got fucking hustled by this web company that beat me for like humongous money. And I was so fucking mad because I thought these people were my friends, and like I got robbed. I got robbed for big money, and I got robbed for big time. I mean, I had a web project that was in fucking over 2 years. I turned out like
So you got hustled? Like hustled or
bad, bro. Fucking bad.
like or it was like a hustle job? Or they're just scumbags? Or both?
They've fucked probably every big person you could think of in New Jersey.
Wow.
So this will end up in court?
The problem is, like, here's the thing. Like, when you fuck somebody like me,
Yeah.
I'll be like, ah, fuck it, dude. It's a lesson.
I know. That's why I'm asking. 'Cause
So
you
but
are
I'm
like
the,
that.
I'm the
Yeah.
best
person's-
I'm the best guy to fuck.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna go and fucking
Pull your fucking
I'm not gonna
mullet.
go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go. What am I
It's
gonna do,
always got
Roger?
the gay jokes,
I
bro.
got 2 fucking kids.
Yeah.
I got a big business.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. There's a lot of people with kids that are cutthroat. You're just not. I think you. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna kiss your ass, but I feel like you're so blessed.
Yeah.
You're just gonna let certain things go and roll off your
So,
shoulders.
So
And lucky for them, but if they fucked everybody, I would think it's coming to them at some point.
you would think, right? Because it's always like after it happens to you, then you find out,
Right,
like,
right,
well,
right.
what? You fucking let this go. Like, you knew all this whole time. You didn't say anything to me. So I had this moment where I had like a Britney Spears moment where like I got betrayed by my friends.
So what, these people are your friends?
I thought they were my friends, and that hurts the most. But
Yeah.
you never get fucked by people you don't think are your friends.
Yeah.
No,
It's
that's
always
true, yeah.
you always get like betrayed the worst
Yeah.
by people you thought were your fucking friends.
But you only knew them in business.
through business, so like they came in like rock stars. They
Yeah.
came in like fucking knight in shining armor,
Right,
and that's
right.
how business works. So like
Right.
I mean, this is how it always worked with
I think
me.
as my point was going to be, as we get older, my circle gets smaller. The older
Yeah.
I get, my circle gets tighter.
Yeah.
I've weeded out who my friends are and who isn't. But I can see a guy in your position that has a business. You probably get wined and dined all the time by
Yeah.
people wanting to do business with you, and with your personality, you probably see them as
Yes.
friend, not foe. You know.
Thankfully for me, I have such an enormous network now. Well,
Mm-hmm.
before too. Like, I don't know. People always say, like, oh, I know Jamie. I was actually getting sushi at a fucking restaurant, and I had an Eat Clean Bro shirt on, and the 2 Japanese couple were like, oh, yeah, we know Jamie. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah, man.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
I'm like, I fucking love that guy. And they're like, yeah. So the mullet. So basically, man, here's what happened with the fucking mullet. I had a Britney Spears 07 moment where I was going to like shave my fucking head because I was so mad. I was in a position, I can't do anything. What am I going to do? If you've been in lawsuits, you know, nobody fucking wins but the lawyers.
Exactly.
It's so annoying. Like,
Divorce is a lot like that too.
hey, bro, please, yeah. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. Let's just try to straighten this out. Let me dust myself off. Let me just take this as a fucking lesson. And unfortunately, like, that was probably, hopefully that's the worst lesson I got to go through. And I decided, they're like, yo, just do this mullet. So I'm like, fuck it, right? So I did the mullet as a joke. Mullet started catching steam.
You say you did the mullet as a joke. That's got to take a while to grow out, bro.
So
it's not like an overnight thing. You don't wake up the next day with a mullet. That's like, I feel like that's 6 months of hard work, bro.
It's over a year. So the mullet was like a joke. And then it started to look like a mullet. And then fucking COVID happened. And then, like, bro, like, you're a fucking Jersey guy. You probably get your hair cut every fucking week.
Yeah, I do, actually.
You couldn't.
Yeah.
With COVID, you probably looked like a fucking wolf. So, and
I bought a Floby.
Bro, during COVID, everybody's looking at each other like nobody had a fucking fresh cut.
Nobody did.
He sleeps with a barber.
So I'm like, fuck, I can't get my hair cut. Then I came out of COVID, and then I'm like, holy shit. Now people, like, I walk into the fucking bank, and people just start laughing.
Now they want it.
Because they see this mullet. And
I'm
like, man, 2020 is so fucked up. If I could walk into
that haircut is 2020.
Yo,
it is.
If I could walk into a building and people just start laughing, then fuck it. You know what? Like, maybe I'll cut it after the election, but at this point, if I could help people fucking laugh, because, dude, times are so bad. Mm-hmm. If people could just look at me and laugh, I'm like, fuck it, bro. Let me just keep this fucker going. But I don't even know what to do with it, to be honest. Like, I don't know what products to use. But I mean, it's really funny, dude, and I laugh, but I think my wife has had enough.
Had enough of it.
I mean, dude, I think the end is near.
It's like you're Samson, though. You know what I mean? You know Samson?
Who's Samson?
Cole Samson.
Oh, I want to talk to Samson.
Not that Samson. Fucking Samson in the Bible with the hair.
Oh, he's got a mullet in the Bible?
I don't know if he's a mullet, but he gets strength from his hair. And when he cuts his hair, he fucking loses the fight because he got no hair.
Oh, man. No, that's not the case for me. I'm low T, no libido,
hair,
sleep deprived from my kids. I don't think anything can help me, but maybe I go to the doctor and get a fucking shot.
I think it says a lot about you, though. Your character, obviously, you're successful and stuff, but you're still rocking a mullet. You don't come in here dressed in in a fucking 3-piece suit, or I think it kind of embodies your personality, sort of.
Like, my whole thing, man. So, like, if we could take this to a new direction, like, Frank, like, the way you love to fucking fight, dude, I love entrepreneurship. I love capitalism. Mm-hmm. I've been around I've seen the rise and fall of so many entrepreneurs, and, like, the ego, and when you start to feel invincible, man, and it's the same thing in fighting. Like, when you start, like, missing shit, I mean, that's when you fucking end up sometimes losing. So for me, I know, like, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm staying true to who I am, because I'm very aware of vulnerability. I'm very aware of jealousy. People. You gotta keep your feet on the ground at all times, man, because people are coming.
Always.
People are coming for you.
What do you think gives your company that staying power? I mean, you've been in business since 2013.
Yeah. January of 2013.
Yeah, so seven.
Your menu is always getting
strong.
bigger. That's got to help. You guys got a pizza on your menu now, cauliflower pizza. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, the cauliflower.
I actually
pizza
had it
is
the
awesome.
other day. It's actually good.
Right?
I was scared. I'll be honest. I was like, cauliflower pizza. This is probably gonna be fucking god. It was good, bro. It was actually good. And I'm brutally honest. So, yeah.
Thank you, man. Yeah, and it's so easy, right?
Yeah, it was so easy. You like build it yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't come as like a frozen pizza. It comes as a fresh
pizza
that you build. All the ingredients are there, and so yeah, it was
building
cool.
it.
What?
You get a tape measure?
This guy loves to fucking rip on me.
So, probably, man, like, so, Frank, just like training, you don't cut corners in jiu-jitsu, you don't cut corners in boxing. Like, there's so many elements to my game that I just keep trying to improve. But a lot of my competitors have made the mistakes where they get ahead of themselves. They start forgetting about the quality of the food, and they just start thinking big tech, sales team, sales. I'm like, yo, fuck sales.
Yep.
Hey, you know how many fucking people in my company do sales? Fucking zero.
You gotta sell yourself. The food.
Fucking food's got to sell itself.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody selling McDonald's.
Yeah.
When was the last time there was a fucking sales guy pushing the drive-through window?
I love that your sales whole thing started with going through a little Rolodex you had with like 6 customers in it.
Yeah.
In like 2013. That's great.
So, there's so, bro, business it's a fucking beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. I love every fucking bit about it. Just like you love fighting and shit. it's like, yeah, it's really cool. It's a lot like bodybuilding too. It's like you get to work on your weaknesses. You build a team. You got to build obviously a trustworthy team. Processes, all these procedures, all these. You got to love every aspect of it, man. It's not just.
Multifaceted.
Oh God, yeah, and that's so.
Off topic, real quick, just because you've mentioned fighting so much. Obviously, we probably all watch the UFC fights. I still have not picked Frankie's brain outside of this room, so I'd be curious to do that right now. Obviously, we watched the Ortega zombie fight. What's your take on that? I mean, obviously we all came away with the same take back, but going into that fight, how did you read it? Who did you think was gonna? Did it go how you thought it would?
That was a pick 'em for me. I just didn't know. I thought Korean Zombie was on a tear lately, you know. But we just didn't know what kind of Brian Ortega was going to show up. He's fought literally almost 2 years.
Right.
I think he switched teams, all this stuff. But he fucking showed up. He looked phenomenal.
Looked amazing.
His stand up looked great.
Yeah.
Although I'm not taking anything away from him, I think Korean Zombie kind of stood in front. But again, I think Korean Zombie does that anyway. He fucking stands in front and just waits. He waits. The guy's getting patient, like myself, run in and then he gets him. Or he'll get into it. He'll get guys to chase him. He'll get in a slugfest with him. But Ortega didn't do that. Ortega was patient and just bah. He couldn't get past Ortega's jab. That was really it.
Yeah.
His fucking elbows are nice.
If you could get either one of those fights back, which one would you pick?
Both of them, man.
Yeah.
Both.
If you had to pick one.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. They all stuff fucking. Either one of them.
I figured you'd say Ortega just because he won, but.
I don't know. You want a ball back. You know. You want them all back. I'll tell you what. My son and my wife was watching that with me. Right. We're watching it, and Ortega hits that spinning elbow.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that was a fucking nice elbow.
Yeah, it was,
I'm like,
too.
damn, it was a nice elbow. Tino
but
goes,
it really didn't have the damage that I thought it would, but it was nice, man.
Yeah. Tino goes, he's got good elbows, huh, Dad? Motherfucker, you motherfucker.
How do you even, like, that unorthodox striking? Like, how the fuck do you even get ready for shit like that?
For who?
Like Ortega spinning out, like.
It's not that I mean, you know, it's not that unorthodox, you know. It's a spinning attack. You guys throw spinning back fists, spinning heel kicks. They kind of have all the same reaction. I mean, you know, the fact that Korean Zombie's kind of guy that just stays, you know, he's a little more susceptible to it. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to read. Those elbows are tricky because you can land them in such short spaces, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, off topic, but just because you brought up fighting, I was like, I've been meaning to ask Frankie about that because obviously he fought both of those guys, and we didn't really talk much about it going into that fight.
I'll tell you, I tweeted out. It's people are just such fucking, I don't know what's the right dummies. I'll call them dummies.
Yeah.
I tweeted out joking. I said, my daughter's like, I beat both these guys easy, and I put like the face emoji. People are like, bro, you got knocked out, bro. I'm like, no shit.
Clearly it's a joke,
what
guys.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
you fucking clown.
People are morons. They're absolute morons. I was sorry to see Caitlyn lose.
Yeah, you know, I thought she was doing really well too. She got taken down, got up, and then she started landing some good shots. I felt like she didn't get the girl Jessica Andrade a little tired, and then she got with that fucking body shot. Damn.
When she showed it so much that Jessica just targeted it after that.
Ran away. Yeah, it was tough.
You know, obviously I became friends with Claudia over the years. We were talking about Jessica, and Claudia said that fucking Jessica, like, she's as strong as some fucking dudes at 135.
Yeah.
I believe it. I mean, she's pretty. That's why I was impressed.
I just thought the height. I thought the height
same.
and reach. I'm like, dude.
Plus, Caitlyn's got a lot of experience. I thought maybe she could be a little more rangy and pick her apart. And
I think if she got out of that first round, she could have definitely won that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it woulda, shoulda, coulda, but
right.
Yeah, never like to see our friends fucking lose ever. But that was like, damn. I guess like Jessica's that fucking strong, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
look what she did to Rose, man.
Bro, and
Rose was dominating her and picked her up.
Oh man.
Caitlyn went for an elbow, and when she went for an elbow, I don't know, maybe she was like kind of relaxed in the stomach, and she hit her with that body shot. You know, I don't know if that do with her being so strong.
You ever been hurt like that?
Where
you, I mean, obviously you don't want to show it. She really showed it, but
body,
where you had to
like
really put your game face on.
Oh yeah. In sparring many times.
Right.
In fights a few times too. This last fight, I got hit with a little body kick. That definitely, you know, I was like, oh, if I was a bitch, I want to take a knee, but you got to put that poker face on.
Right.
You know?
Dude, you fighting on that leg, man, like nothing was wrong.
I
like,
know, bro.
I'm like, dude, I wish I could be like Frankie, bro. Like, let me be like fucking Frankie.
Really, no. Speaking
How
of
do you
no
turn that
tells,
off?
there really wasn't much tell there. I didn't see it. I know you well. He knows you well.
Yeah.
I didn't see a tell, but to watch him walk out of that ring, I was like, his fucking leg is fucked up. I mean, he can barely get out of the ring. But no, in the fight, there was maybe some small tells, but not a big read there at all.
You were fucking moving great.
I mean, I fucking just said fuck it.
It's crazy to guys like us who aren't fighters that you literally can. I'm not saying turn it off. Mentally, it's there. You feel the pain, but just to have no read and no show, and then when the fight is over, somehow you just let that go, and you're like, now I can actually show my pain.
Do you remember?
Because he barely got out of the ring by himself. Dude, it was crazy.
What was that fight when Jon Jones like broke his fucking
toe? I was there. I was at
off.
that. Yeah,
it was in Jersey. Right?
I was at that.
That was here.
He didn't even know.
Was
Rogan came in to interview him and looked down and said, "Whoa, have you seen your toe?"
Was that
and
Machida?
Was it Machida?
Chael Sonnen.
Chael, yeah, it was Chael.
Chael,
yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Jones looks down and he started getting like dizzy. Right?
They even showed the break on TV.
And the bone was sticking out.
All he did was plant on it. He didn't kick anything. It was just he planted on it and it snapped. It was it's like a cucumber cracking open. It was crazy.
Oh man. Well, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nah.
All right, so back to Clean Borough quickly, and then we'll leave work if you want. I know you're.
Yeah. Let's talk.
But you got a new location. You got a new location.
Yeah, man.
Right? Is that finalized and all that stuff?
Yes. Fingers crossed, man. We're doing we're submitting the permits tomorrow. I know local government's really fucking pumped to have Clean Bro in town.
Still in Freehold?
I'm gonna work something out probably with my landlord, man, because I do have a really nice pickup business in Freehold. It is kind of weird to think about not being in Freehold because I have so much I went to Freehold High School. Yeah. I started in Freehold. It was just like such a big part of the community. And, man, dude, like my heart is broken because, Freehold, a big part of Freehold is the Freehold Mall.
Yeah.
COVID has fucking annihilated,
decimated
the mall.
I think the malls and big department stores have been steadily declining since probably 2000.
Yeah,
since the internet.
I would agree with that.
And this is gonna be the final fucking blow.
I would agree with that.
There's, man, I think like for job creation, for just straight up job creation, there's some things that I think need to change, and it's scary. It's really scary because you have some sometimes you have really super smart people who are so smart they're dumb. And you got some of these people in the fucking government making some decisions that are just really not making sense for job creation, and it's not making sense for entrepreneurship. And yeah, dude, I don't know if I'll ever get into politics. I just don't. I don't have. Not that I don't have time, but I don't think I'm the type of person.
Is it an interest of yours?
If I could fucking help somebody, if I could find a way to help somebody do a good job and help more people, I'd love to be involved with helping.
Doesn't it almost seems like politicians don't help anybody.
It's like, you know what it is, man? So you take a guy like Murphy.
But I think that's also why Trump has such a huge backing, is because he's not a politician.
Right. But I do feel like people are like yourself, right? They're like, I want to help somebody. Some people, not everybody. Some people get in politics, there's just ego and they want to be the head of something. But I'm sure there's plenty of people that get into politics, like, I want to help someone. Then they just get caught up in that machine.
Yeah, right.
And they lose sight of what they're fucking really doing and why they're there.
Well, look at some of these career politicians, 40, 50 years in the House, in the Senate. Like, I mean, that's
that
fucking
would be
insane.
noble. That would be noble if they are really
right.
Serving their people, but they're not. They're fucking serving their constituents. They're not serving their constituents. They're serving their lobbyists and the people that are fucking funding their pockets.
Absolutely, no question.
It's you know what, man? Like, things just start. I guess it's like you get into a fight with like fucking 30 dudes. Where do you even fucking start? Because I think about this shit all the time. Like, just for example, right? So like, obviously, dude, the United States is in like massive racial turmoil, and now I'm just thinking,
is it? I feel like that's.
I feel like it only is because the media makes it that way.
I just feel like.
Well,
I never noticed color before the media put it on every fucking day. Did you?
Well, dude, I've been in the community, dog. I've been fucking like, It obviously is when you're seeing
these protests and riots all over the fucking place.
Right.
So obviously it is, but like in our daily life, I don't see it at all.
Correct.
Right?
It hasn't changed for me
I mean,
an
like
iota.
in your day, like, you know, obviously in your daily life when you pick up the newspaper, you watch the news or Twitter or this and that.
It's funny that it happens on an election year every 4 years. It's real funny that.
I mean, dude, like a lot of there were some. So like, dude, when you oh geez, see, this is another thing, dude. I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
Okay, because the shit goes back very long, really long time. But so where I was trying to get at is, obviously, dude, I try to do what I can to help people. I always try to do the right thing. I'm a big believer in entrepreneurship. My big fear is communism in America, right?
Correct.
How does that happen? Well, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And dude, unfortunately, man, like the rich are going to get richer. Just the more money you make, the more resources you have at your disposal. It just gets easier. Like dude, my life is so much easier now than it was 3 years ago. And in 3 years from now, like it's just, so my whole thing is like, you know, obviously I always give back, right? But it's becoming less and less like fulfilling. Like, all right, now I fed fucking 4,000 people. Well, like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I fed 4,000 fucking people.
No, I do. I don't know
Right?
that that's fair to
think it
say. I
matters,
think people
bro.
do.
That matters,
It does.
dude.
It does matter. But you know what? Like now, I'm like, dude, I want to take it a step further. So I'm like, I'm the American dream, undeniable American dream, right? I took fucking $300 now, a multi-million-dollar empire, and like I fucking did it, and I did it the way people want you to do it, right?
Correct.
I paid my dues. I fucking got my ass kicked. I failed a bunch of times. Got fucking laughed. Like I did it the right way. So like, fucking people can't hate on me, right? So in my mind, I'm like, so one of my good friends, Jamaican dude, black, first generation, like farmer. I'm like, dude, let's get this motherfucker set up, right? Like, let me invest in this kid. Let me mentor this kid. Let me try to teach him how to run a fucking business. So now I'm all like fucking dialed in, like, yo, black business, black entrepreneur. I'm going to try to fucking do this. It's a test to myself to see if I know what the fuck I'm doing as a businessman. And it's also going to help this fucking guy. So just like I love cooking, he loves farming. So we're going to do hydroponic farming. We're going to grow fucking microgreens.
Here.
Yeah, right here in New Jersey. So I struck a deal with my produce purveyor. So I leveraged my network, right? Took a guy who sells vegetables, said, hey, let's fucking do a hydroponic farm in your warehouse. We could sell these vegetables. I got a kid who grows. And I basically took, so he buys like $1 million worth of microgreens. So the whole microgreen business comes from California, and vegetables, the price of vegetables really just comes from how much fucking money it costs to freight it from California. Vegetables are fucking like
Dirt. Yeah.
It's a fucking seed. So now I'm like, my fucking mind is, I'm like thinking like, dude, we gotta fucking like, it's really important to me that like I try to do right. I try to help this fucking guy, and like I'm trying to offer my knowledge and my experiences more and mentor him. And we're working through some situations, and he brings up like racism, and I'm like, dude, maybe, but in business, you know, people are fucking mean to each other.
Give us a little context that brings it up. How? Just in general,
basically,
speaking,
dude,
or,
like
or
some like
in relation to
just
business,
being nasty, right? So
Okay.
like someone's being nasty with you.
Yeah.
Well, why would they be nasty with me?
Yeah.
Well, bro, they're being nasty with you because like your fucking rich friend just struck a deal with that guy's boss and just fucking launched you straight into $1 million fucking business.
Right.
Like people are gonna fucking have jealousy towards you. People are gonna fucking hate you.
And
Has nothing to do.
He interpreted it as racism.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I mean, dude, if you don't know this,
Right.
if you're not aware of this, you could take this as like, man, this motherfucker hates me because, you know, I'm black or whatever. So this is the mentorship. This is entrepreneurship. This is me trying to show him like, dude, this is the shit you deal with every day when like money is being transacted. So like, I'm not almost like a fucking therapist, dude, like a business therapist. I'm trying to, here are the books I read. You know, we meet up every week. We talk about what's going on with the process and everything. And I'm feeling really good about it. Because like, bro, if I could help somebody become a fucking millionaire, that's more valuable to me than feeding 4,000 fucking people, you know?
Sure.
And then like, dude, I get blindsided. Well, somebody.
I said sure, but I don't
Well,
know
like,
that I meant
I know,
it. Yes,
I know,
yes, and no. I
I
know
know
how you
what he
meant
means.
it. Yeah,
I know
yeah.
It's like,
because
bro,
that
I had to think
millionaire
about
is
that one
gonna
for a minute,
trickle
but
down
yeah.
and probably help a lot more
trickle
people.
down, but also, dude, I could still, you know what, dude, I really enjoy helping people, and I could still feed those people and donate.
I feel like what you meant, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that you've done that. You've done that, and you've done it many times.
Right.
Because I've been there for the giveaways.
Right.
Now maybe you want to focus on something a little different
Yeah.
and still continue to do that.
I've done it. I've done it.
Yeah.
It's really nothing to me now.
Yeah.
I'm not there. I'm not doing it myself. When I was doing it myself, it was like all crazy. Now I got like a whole team of people. I'm like, yo, man, we got to feed 4,000 people. They're like, all right. They make a phone call. They order it. The fucking manufacturing team puts it together. The drivers load it in the vans. They fucking show up. Like, I don't even have to be there.
Right.
So I'm still going to fucking hook people up like crazy. But now, so while I'm trying to say this is multidimensional, so like I'm thinking white and black, right? Not that like it is white and black, but like I'm thinking like, dude, let me just try to do something good for one fucking person. And obviously there's some other things I've done too. But then like the other day, dude, I get hit by one of my employees and she's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, like I'm going to be transitioning to a man. And I'm like, whoa,
wait,
like,
what?
so
Was it
well, hold, I just want to let you know, man, it was really enlightening to me. It was really fucking respectful and it was really educational because I'm going through life like, dude, we got to fix racial inequality. Like I'm going through life like this fucking 1-2 dimension way. And then I have this conversation with her and I want you guys to know, like, another thing too, man, like people always assume the worst, like when that fucking dude had to take 2 weeks off, we assume the worst. When you hear about a fucking man going into a woman, you think your daughter, you think some weirdo, right? Like your mind just goes off into the deep abyss, end of the bad. And, man, dude, it was actually almost like a comforting conversation because she was so fucking in tune with like society. And she's like, I just don't want to go into a men's room with an E Clean Bro shirt on and like get calls or make the company look bad. And I was like, wow, like,
that was nice of her.
I'm so like, you just fucking made the world like a better place for me. And it was a really nice conversation. But going back into like getting into politics, so like you go and you want to just fucking help a black kid start a business, and now you're like fucking getting, boom, I'm transitioning into a man, and you're like, fuck, like my fucking head is about to get fucking blown off because like how the hell do you help everybody?
No, we can't.
And it's like, shit, fuck, like how do you keep up? Like how the fuck do we keep up?
I think there's helping financially, and then there's just helping being a good person, and I think that person, that girl, I'm
definitely going to do something
for her. She probably don't want to be called a girl no more.
No, now I said that girl now, obviously transitioning.
Man, it was definitely a really good. It was my first like. I've had a bunch of fucking gay friends. I've had a bunch of lesbian friends. Like, I'm really comfortable around fucking people like that. And
but here he goes again. That's like, what I'm saying.
I've never had.
I keep saying she. I'm not sure how she wants to be referred to, but this person. I feel like that's more offensive than saying she, but this person.
No, it was super fucking.
No, but I'm saying they must have been extremely comfortable with their employer. And you've got how many employees?
100, over 100.
Yeah, over 100 employees, and she felt comfortable enough to come up and talk to her boss and have such a personal conversation like that. I think that says a lot about.
Like, she was thanking me. She's like, the whole department, has been so kind. Everybody's like cheering me on, and it was it was a really nice conversation. I guess where I'm going out with this is like. The media, like I told you guys, dude, I deleted social media off my phone just because, like, the political fucking, dude, the climate is just so bad. Here I am, dude, like, I'm a person, I'm trying to help invest and mentor black business. Now I have, we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to do something nice for her. I feel like it takes a lot of courage to do that. And the way she's handling herself is just, man, it's something to be proud of. And but here I am, an influential figure, somebody who could help, and it's like, yo, it's just like, dude, it's like you get like the way the world is right now, trying to talk to kids who are just coming out of college about what business is. Bro, at 22 years old, do you want to hear about, if you really want to, like, I started my business at 19. I had to fucking eat shit for like 7 years. I got my fucking ass beat for 7 years. Nobody wants to come out of college and hear, you're about to get your fucking ass beat for the next 7 or 8 years.
Right.
You're going to have to fucking eat shit for the next 10 or 12 years before you start making serious money. Yeah. You don't want to hear that. You want to hear like, raise the fucking taxes on the rich. Yo, man, like, fuck, like, It's like, whoa.
I feel like that's a tough spot for you because I know your character, I know who you are, and you just said I feel like I want to do something nice for this person. But if it's all about equality, right? We all want to be equal. The transgender community, the gay community, doesn't matter what color you are as a human being, we all want to be. Is that creating more of a bias to do something not equal, do something above and beyond for?
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Are you making your other employees say,
right?
Well, hey,
so
we want equality. We want everybody to be even.
I understand exactly what you're saying, and you know
I think
what?
so. I mean, I'm gonna interject. I'm gonna answer for you in a sense, but I think it's more so the fact that not her issue. It's the way she approaches it.
I agree.
And everything,
that's what I was wondering if your answer would be.
Oh, so
You don't know every employee's story. She came to you with a personal.
Yeah, I've So, dude, I shoot at the hip. I have a really good intuition, man. So, I always trust my gut to do the right thing. So, whatever I decide to do for her is going to be. It's not going to be like a company thing. It'll be between me and her.
Mm-hmm.
And but like, so like for me, man, I try to look back on my life and I try to think about all the times there were people who helped me, and I just try to be very aware of some of the lucky breaks I have. Yeah. And when I see somebody who's down and out, I try to fucking help them.
Sure, yeah. I can see that.
Like one of my close friend down and out, got his car repossessed, fucking life upside down. Dude, he was actually fucking driving a rental car that he never returned. And like, dude, that's Grand Theft Auto.
It is, yeah.
I'm like, bro, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
I said, listen to me. We're going to fucking Avis right now. I said, dude, I got an extra car. You're going to fucking work for me. You're going to fucking save every fucking dollar. Take the car, whatever. And, but there was a time in my life where my buddy had an extra car and he lent me his car.
Yeah.
So who the fuck am I to sit on this high horse and be like, yeah, like I can't go through life and be like, yeah, no, nobody helped me. Motherfucking tons of people helped me. Right. And I try to be aware of all the, like the white privilege word. I try to be very aware of things that like gifts and people in my life. And I just try to be aware of that. And I try to help and do right when I can. But
again,
man,
just to play devil's advocate here, I'm not picking a side, but you said the word white privilege. Do you feel like at any point in your life you were privileged? You've shared your story with everybody.
Yeah. So
I didn't see a lot of privilege there.
So like, you know what, dude? You gotta let me finish though. So I'm gonna start talking. You gotta just let me finish.
Yeah.
Say like you take me, you take my childhood and you put it up against somebody else's childhood, right? Mm-hmm. Now, you can't compare a broken leg to brain cancer. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that, yeah.
Pain is pain. Now, when I look back at things, like my buddy let me live with him, mm-hmm. right? Because his parents had 2 houses. Mm-hmm. So me and my buddy were crashing at his parents' second house. To me, man, that sounds like a little bit of a fucking break, Sure. My buddy had an extra car, gave me his car. That sounded like a break. My whole thing is this, right? I don't like the word white privilege. I do think there are some things, right? Like the network. I had a huge advantage in life because my dad is an entrepreneur. My dad taught me a lot of fucking things that normal people just don't know because he was a businessman. But my whole thing, my big thing that when I talk to people, whether you're fucking white or black, no matter where you come from or what you have to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. And why the word white privilege upsets me is because I don't think the word white privilege hurts white kids. It doesn't stop like white parents, and it doesn't stop. It just puts a little bit of doubt in maybe the black kid, a little bit of doubt. Now he grows up doubting himself. And when you go into business, like when I look back at all the times I fucked up or I came up short, it was because I had doubt. Because I doubted myself. And when you fight, Frank, this fucking split hesitation, it can fucking cost you a fight. It's the same thing in business. Mm-hmm. If you go into something and you don't believe it, you're going to fail. So if you fail a handful of times and you have that doubt, you're going to quit. Yeah. Just like I did. So look, man, there's a lot of pain in the history when like, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist, man. Like, dude, you read a little Frederick Douglass, I am a big lover of America, American history, and I do think like, dude, I think like a big problem. So a big problem with what's going on right now is like it's equality, right? We're fighting for equality. We're not fighting for white people to hate each other or hate that they're white. Like, let's just be a little bit more aware, have these conversations, and try to move society forward. And like a lot of the things that are going on social, like, it's just, I don't think it's good, man. I don't think it's good. I think we need to go into these conversations and these relationships with some open heart and move forward. But dude, at the same time, dude, I don't know. Does everybody want to be an entrepreneur? I don't know. I know what I went through. I know how to help people. I'm trying to fucking do what I think is right. If I come up short, man, I don't know. It's better than just being in my fucking mom's basement bitching on Facebook. Like, I'm going for it. I am involved in the community. The people I deal with, really, all the people I'm with, man, are really appreciative, really positive, and work hard. So that's good. I don't know. I don't know how to scale this. Like, I've just gone like a full 540 on everything I'm saying with like, but that's why I deleted social media off my phone. That's why I'm like, shit, I'm off social media. I'm just putting my feet into the dirt. I'm going to try to help who I fucking can. I think I'm interpreting this right. I do get mad though when, I got to tell you, man, the people who really aggravate me the most are like these, I guess it's the woke mafia. Is it the woke mafia where it's like, dude, if you're so woke,
or cancel culture?
Yeah, like, well, you know what, man? I don't know about, all I know is, dude, I want to fucking try to, what I would like to see is more, just some more conversations. Just, we're in a fucking climate now where you can't even have a conversation with somebody.
No,
it just goes straight to
bitterness,
right
and
to
screaming,
the neck.
yelling.
And,
I agree with that.
Well, that's because people are screaming through a fucking phone, mostly. You know, where do you see people having conversations like this? You don't.
Yo, dude, I don't know.
You see
the
the arguments online and maybe on TV and news, but I don't know. I feel like how you have a conversation. These are the ways to have conversations,
correct?
Right?
Yeah.
You know what, man? I'm just. It's like, it's so fucking bad, dude. It's so bad right now. I fucking feel terrible for what's going on with the police. It's like, fuck.
Now, you believe the election is just highlighting all this stuff, or maybe the election is bringing this on. That's why we're having so much turmoil. You think the election has to deal with it?
Yeah, dude. It's like, dude.
Or it's the election. It's the coronavirus. It's like it's a perfect storm.
But you're not asking me, I know, but I would say that yes, but I would say it's just so amplified by the media. It's the media where we all get it. You know what I mean?
Dude, like, back to what I said about, like, you're in this mentality where it's like, white and black, and then you get hit upside the head about, like, this, like, it's so multidimensional. It's like, it's like, fuck. And I don't even know, like, I think I'm pretty smart in a weird way where, like, I have, like, pretty good solutions to try to help people, but, like, I don't know, like, kids are, like, college is so bad. Like, college is so bad. The student loan crisis is so bad. How
about you see that Northeastern College? See what happened with that? Northeastern,
Sebastian?
It's Northwestern. Northeastern, I believe, is in Boston, Massachusetts, or something around there. And I guess 3 kids violated social distancing rules.
Oh, no.
And they kicked them out of school.
Wow.
With no refund.
Oh, God.
And school is over $35,000 a semester.
Wow.
And they kicked these kids out of school with no refund. I'm like, you kidding me?
It's going to end up in court.
It better be. Dude, literally, like first week of school, not months in.
When, man, so one of the things, like, I talk to people, right? They're like, my whole thing is like, dude, just get rid of fucking student loans. And they're like, oh, you need access to education. Like, student loans, right?
How do you get rid of them?
So, like, dude, basically, bro, what you need to do is you need to stop federally backed, like, the fucking Fed backs these loans.
Right.
So they write them because no one
cares.
cares.
To get the interest rates down, right?
Well,
otherwise, they would be 26% or something, right?
But a student loan, you cannot, like, every other loan you could go bankrupt on. A student loan you have to pay.
Right.
You can never go bankrupt on a
Yeah,
student
I
loan.
think
that's why they write them, because they know you have to fucking pay.
You have to pay them. And see, the thing is with the universities, man, they know they're getting paid. That's why their price is so fucking high. Look, bro, I always make a joke. I had a fucking $1 million in the bank. I couldn't get a $50,000 line of credit from Chase Bank. And I always say, like, you have a fucking kid who's 18 years old who wants to go to college for sociology, and they fucking write him $350K.
No problem, yeah.
That, to me, like, bro.
You're setting the kid up for failure.
Dude, you're fucking that kid
That
so
kid's going to be paying.
bad.
He's going to retire and still be paying a student loan.
I do agree with you 100%, but it also takes, there should be a parental role there to say, listen, you know, let's weigh all options. You know, not everybody is cut out for college. Like, you know, the parents have to come in at some point and say, this is a huge expense. You're going to be responsible. I mean, obviously, some parents probably pay the entire student loan.
The parents have to co-sign.
Right.
That's the hook.
But I'm saying there has to be a responsibility there at some point, too. You can't just say, hey, I fucked up. I decided to go to college. It didn't work out. I didn't land a 6-figure job coming out of college. I mean, everybody can't go to college and just, you know, not everybody's dream is going to come true. You have to put some forethought into what you really want to do. A lot of people go to college and they don't even pick a business major.
Right.
They don't know what they want to do.
I think
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Kids. Well,
you did. You wanted to. Yes, you did. You said you knew you were going to college to wrestle. You wanted to be a fighter.
No, but I didn't. No, dude, there was no such thing as a fighting career when I was in college.
No, you said. Okay, so maybe I'm choosing my words wrong with college, but you said your whole life you knew.
I knew I was going to college. I wanted to wrestle.
You wanted to go to law school, right? Political science?
I did. Well, listen, once I got to school, I was undecided because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Then I remember my sophomore year, I think, or whatever, 1 year, I had like a pre-law class, some law class, and the teacher was a lawyer. He was cool as fuck. Talked about how we beat raps and this and that. I'm like, wow, this is very interesting, you know. And I was like, I think I want to be a lawyer. So I'm like, all right, I looked at the majors because I was undecided at the time. I looked at all the majors, and we didn't have criminal law or anything like that, but we had political science. I'm like, all right, that kind of goes hand in hand with that. And I was like, I can also possibly be a cop. That was another thing I thought I may have wanted to do. But yeah, I didn't know.
But you correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I don't. You really focused on your wrestling career while you were in college, no?
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, C's equal degrees, baby.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I was.
Right.
You know, I wasn't. I didn't.
I guess that's what I meant.
Yeah.
But dude, back to the student loan thing. If you took, let's just say you went private, right? My whole thing, dude, is, man, just bro, the bigger the organization, the more fucked up shit is, right? Put the fucking student loans private. Let these fucking kids tell the banker, this is what I'm going to school for. This is how I'm going to pay it back. This is my fucking plan. Dude, you got fucking kids going to college to kill time.
Right.
Fucking dropping 40 G's a year, bro. Do you know how, look, when you get a fucking job and you have to live and you have to make so much fucking money to pay that $40,000 a year back.
So what is your point though? That less kids would get accepted if they couldn't come up with
essentially
a proving ground to be able to pay it back, and that they have focus on
politically. It would look. When COVID happened and people stopped flying, you could go to fucking Atlanta for $14.
Yes, you could. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, there's fucking zillions of fucking colleges that don't even make sense.
Right.
Supply and demand.
Right.
Well, these colleges know, dude, these fucking loans are getting written like crazy. What happened when the financial collapse happened, right? You had mortgage brokers writing fucking, dude, you had fucking people, there were strippers who owned 8 condominium complexes, right? Like, you gotta just, dude, it's the only way to fucking fix it is to
privatize it.
Well, dude, you just have to come back into reality. I mean, if it was the law, you had to buy a prepared meal and the government was going to give you a no-limit credit card, I could raise my fucking shit to $125 a meal.
Right.
You know what I... So, if I think if kids had to actually fucking think about how we're going to pay this back, and... Because, like, dude, if I want to raise money, I have to present a plan. Yeah. Like, if I want to borrow $1 million, hey, this is what I'm going to do with it. This is how... I'm going to make fucking $10 million with your $1 million. This is how I'm going to pay it back. And it just, I think it would just put, number one.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
It would put, look, it's fucking reality, number one. That's how money works. That's how loans work. If fucking somebody wanted to borrow, if I came to you, Frankie, I want to borrow $250,000. I want to go to Georgian court and study sociology, you'd fucking punch me in my face.
That's honestly, man, my kids, like, I talk about that with my wife, because I went to Clarion. It wasn't a very expensive school anyway, and I got a full ride, so I don't have to pay.
Nice.
But, like, if my kid, I see a lot of these people that they're I'm not taking anything away from them, cops, teachers, positions like that. Like, dude, you can go to any 4-year school. You don't got to go to a $40,000 fucking school. You go to a $15,000 school.
I got kids.
And that's what I'm going to tell my kids. Like, yo, if you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, you're really a studious type of kid, all right, I might come out of pocket for you because it's going to have return in it.
Right.
But if you're going to be a fucking just normal teacher, this and that, you get and you need a degree, you get anywhere. Well, guess what? We're going to go to fucking Clarion University, or OCC, or whatever it is,
I got kids who went to Penn State who drive for me. And that fucking last time I checked, I think it's like 60 G's a year to go there.
Dude.
You don't. So what is the? If you had to guess, you probably don't know. Did their parents fail them, or were they just huge underachievers when they came out of college?
Or are these kids
all right,
in the
so
process
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Or is it entry level to get to somewhere else?
Right, probably that. But I'm going to tell you this, and this is my beef with teachers. And like, I'm not trying to start a fucking war with teachers, but a big thing when I was growing up, teachers used to always say, go to school, get good grades.
Yeah, always.
Go to college, get good grades, and then get the good job.
It's indoctrinated in you. It was when I was a kid.
But that's not the way the world works, right? You don't graduate college, come into the world, and then someone hands you this gift.
Right.
You have to fucking...
I honestly, I think like our parents didn't really go to college, right? My parents didn't go to college, right?
My mom didn't go to high school.
That's
awesome.
See, that's awesome.
That is awesome. My dad did, but my mother didn't. Yeah.
So like they didn't go to college, but they ingrained in us, you have to go to college.
Exactly.
You have to go to college.
Same.
But now I think my kids, I don't know if it's college. If OTEC school might be better.
Get
you know
them,
what I mean? Like,
get them molecular.
That's what I did. I did a
construction.
Yeah.
Construction. But yeah, so we got kids coming out of fucking college pissed off. Essentially, they were set up to fail. Now they're hit with this humongous shackle on their leg. Mm-hmm. They don't know how to fucking fix their life, and they're pissed off.
Right.
And now you have the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer. It's a fucking mess, and people are fucking pissed off. Mm-hmm. And it's like, fuck. Like,
the rich are getting richer, and the poor getting poor. You think like that's like corporations' way? Like, you mean like a corporation's getting richer? You think the government is kind of like making it that way?
Right.
Especially with this COVID shit, kind of like making it that way.
So essentially, what's happening, man, in New Jersey? They say the road to hell was paved with good intentions. Now, there are a lot of things, right? So, like, at the end of the day, Murphy passed this 2-week paid time off. Now, look, do I believe people should get 2 weeks paid time off? Of course I do. People should. It went from 0 to 14 in 1 year, 14 days. Now, when you have 110 employees and now they start taking 14 days, bro, that's a whole nother fucking payroll per year that your business has to cover.
Right.
So, and now with COVID, 1 out of 5 small businesses are being decimated. So, like, you got a guy like Phil Murphy who's probably looking at fucking, he's looking at the pharmaceutical companies. He's looking at the fucking, he's looking at these big tech and logistic companies, and he's thinking, man, we got to fucking do more for the people. But like, when you got these small businesses, dude, that are just getting, and like a lot of the HR stuff, right? So essentially what's going on in New Jersey is we're being fucking unionized, and like the private sector is being unionized, and it's just getting harder and harder for people to start a business, run a business, and be successful.
He obviously doesn't care about small businesses.
Yeah.
Not by the way he went about everything.
Here's the
Not
thing.
at all.
So like I go back to sometimes people are so smart, they're stupid. Obviously Phil Murphy's a very smart guy. I don't know what it's like to be the governor of New Jersey. I'm sure he's dealing with some fucking big shit. But man, I wish like he had a fucking small business advisor or somebody who just let him know, like, hey man, like these are the repercussions of your fucking legislation.
I'll tell you what, he's not.
But how can Jersey and Florida be so different? That's what blows my mind.
What, dude? I got fucking
how
Atlanta,
can it be
bro.
so? The populace of Florida is greater than New Jersey, right? There's more people that live.
Like 14 million, I think, in Florida.
No, I think it's 22 and 20 in Jersey, 20 million, 22 in Florida, something like that.
I think there's only 9 million.
Yeah,
in Jersey.
I think there's 9 mil.
9 mil in Jersey, and I think 14, maybe 20. Maybe you're right. 20
I had it up. Anyway, okay. It's definitely more people in Florida. And if you look at a chart with the numbers of infected, deaths, populace, it is night and day difference. It's crazy.
You mean You mean
COVID,
like Florida,
with COVID.
Florida's doing better than Jersey?
Oh, it's night and day.
Yeah, 21 million in Florida.
So, which makes me think this could be highly political.
Well, it could be political. It could also be
8.8 million.
New York. I'm sorry, New York. I said Jersey. I meant New York. Yeah,
so
New York.
If you look at the nature of New York, right? Look at when you think about Wuhan and you think about like international traveling, you know, dude, a lot of that shit ended up in New York, which in turn ended up in Jersey. Like, oh God, COVID fucking sucks. You know, dude, I had opinions up and down. I really don't know what to think. I'm just the whole indoor dining the fucking restaurants are getting incapacitated. Like if Walmart and other businesses don't have an indoor capacity,
it's crazy. It's
like
crazy.
just
Come on.
please,
nothing makes
no rhyme or reason to it.
I mean, we talk about this, beat this over the fucking head, but nothing makes sense. Like, oh, you have to wear a mask to walk in. But once you sit down, you take the mask off. It just doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's
you guys follow Attila's Gym in Belmar?
Yeah.
Dude, every day they post how many visits they've had. I think they're at like 55,000 visits. Not a single reported case of COVID.
Really?
Not a single, and they do not require masks. You can wear them if you want, but they don't require it. Not a single.
What happened?
They're
fined like $250,000.
Something crazy
at this point.
Every day.
I love those guys.
$15,000.
I fucking love those guys.
$15,000 a day they're getting fined.
Nobody can say you're putting people at risk. They don't have a single reported case.
Yeah.
They've never closed, other than like for a day or two when they boarded up the front of it. They've stayed open the entire time. They do not require masks. You can wear it if you want to. And they're going to court with Phil Murphy. I mean, they're probably going to go to the Supreme Court. Who knows? You know.
You know what, dude? I do know people who have died and lost people. It's dude, I don't fucking know, dude. I really don't fucking.
So do I. But
I've also known people.
Do you?
Inadvertently, yeah.
But dude, I also know people who got it and were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Right.
Like this is it.
So, yeah. Oh, tons.
But then I know people who got it and were like, "Bro, I thought I was gonna die." So I'm like, "Fuck." I guess I don't, dude. All I know is, man, I'm just trying to be as safe as I can. I don't think
anybody's trying to downplay it. Obviously, it's something.
I would say
people
this.
Are dying,
I would say this.
What the picture that everybody's painting or the media's painting is just not the picture that seems to be.
Correct.
You know, especially when the CDC is releasing different numbers all the fucking time, and then you find out that only 6% of the COVID deaths were from COVID alone.
Right. If you had a family
that's
member,
a big thing. That means only 10. And again, it sounds like I'm being insensitive. That means 10,000 people die from COVID alone.
Right. But did you see the flu numbers for this year?
What, they're not there?
It's a fraction, like a tenth of what it was last year.
Yeah. So it's just, come on.
You know.
You can't believe any of that. I don't believe anything anymore.
That's the problem. Like the media.
And you know, honestly, both sides. You don't know what to believe. Sometimes like you'll have the one side telling you shit about the other side, just to get you get riled up, but that might not be true either.
So like,
you know?
dude, that's why, man. Like what I was saying before, and I don't know if this comes through, but it's almost like, yo, take matters into your own fucking hands. If you could fucking do something right, like do something right.
I agree.
Like just fucking don't, like, I don't know, like I don't, dude, I'm in my own world now, dude. I don't have social media on my phone. I have my assistant and my brand manager run my social media. I don't watch TV. I watch
you don't watch
Thomas
social media,
the
but
Train.
I just seen Asbury Park Press on Instagram posted about, oh, COVID's coming back. It's the second wave. But it's young people and they don't get as sick.
Yeah.
So then who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't be mean. I mean, like, I'm just
when I see stories like that come across my newsfeed, I just swipe. I don't even read them. I don't buy it.
I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to scare the fuck out of the older people who are going to have a family. Like they're going to go see their family on Thanksgiving, and now their kids are back from college, and you know, because
I found it. Sorry to cut you guys off. It says a tale of two states. All right. Cuomo's New York, right? Population 19,500,000. Ron DeSantis, Florida, okay? Population 22 million. So well over 2.5 million more people, right? I don't know whether this has any bearing. It really doesn't, but I guess it does from an economic standpoint. The state income tax of New York is 8%. The state income tax of Florida is 0. The state budget of New York, it doesn't give a dollar figure. It just says in debt. State budget of Florida, balanced. So here's the interesting COVID-19 numbers, right? COVID-19 cases in New York, right? Which I believe these are swayed. I do. I always have. 338,617, right? Now, mind you, there are 2.5 million people less. Now, and this is the entire state, not just Manhattan, which is obviously a very compact. I could see the numbers spiking there.
Populated, yeah.
COVID-19 cases in Florida. I just said 338,617, right? COVID-19 cases in Florida, 42,000.
Wow.
400.
Wow. It's a fraction.
COVID-19 deaths in New York, 27,000. And again, this is probably like a month or two, probably like a month ago. 27,448. COVID-19 deaths in Florida, take a guess. Just take a guess. 28,000 in New York. Take a guess at what it is in Florida.
10,000.
1,800.
Wow. 1,800? No.
Yeah.
Well,
now,
like,
you're telling me that is not political in any way?
All right, man.
Come on.
This is what I think. God. Basically, dude. Man, dude, Roger, I don't have the fucking answer.
I don't either, bro.
I think, like...
And I'm reading a chart that could be
like,
skewed too.
It's
you
an Instagram
like,
meme.
dude, look,
you know,
I'm
it might be real, it might not be.
So I'm not I'm obviously born and raised, but like, you know, I take a lot of pride in New York, and it's just horrible to see.
What we do know, I'm sorry to keep going. What we do know is Florida's wide open. It's wide open. New York is not.
Bro,
people are leaving in mass exoduses.
The Dolphins can have.
I know. That's my point. So you're saying
in their stadium.
You're saying that's
Really?
you're obviously joking, saying that's an Instagram meme. It's
No,
listen,
fuck with you.
I know you fuck with me, but I'm saying we know the state is wide open.
For sure.
They're playing professional ball down there, and we know there's a mass exodus out of Manhattan right now because the state is essentially closed down. Sorry to cut you off, James. Go back.
I think they're raising the state income tax too, right?
Where in New York?
In New York, yeah.
They have to pay for it somehow. Everybody's leaving.
What do you think's happening here, though? The same shit's gonna happen in Jersey.
I think like
Right now.
Honestly, I think we're lucky. I think a lot of people, not lucky.
Right now, a lot of people
in
are
New
coming
Jersey
here.
are from New York are
Yeah,
coming
here. Yeah.
So
House values are up.
the market is crazy right
it's
now.
It's
bro.
crazy,
The
bro.
market's crazy. Another thing with like Murphy just swinging the pen. The millionaire tax was from 5 million. It went from 5 million to 1. I mean, maybe he could have went from 5 to 2.5. Like he's just like the guy fucking swings so hard.
He doesn't
like,
care. He's not. This is what I think. He is not trying to get reelected. Right? He's not. He's not worrying about that at all. He's looking for a higher position in government. That's what I
in
think.
Biden's cabinet.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Well, look, if any fucking politicians are out there listening, man, like get in fucking touch with me so maybe we could put a little small business team together and
You know,
for
he
the
was
love of fucking
he was
God.
the U.S. Ambassador for Germany.
Yeah.
Really?
Murphy was before,
I didn't know that.
before he was
Wow.
the governor in New Jersey. Yeah.
One of the things, so like when I think about like my success and what goes into, let's just say what goes into me making $1 million fucking dollars versus of a 22-year career at Goldman Sachs with 8-figure net worth or 9-figure net worth, whatever Murphy's got. It's a little, man, it's a little aggravating. I wish I could just send an email and close a fucking multi-million-dollar deal. Instead, I gotta like.
Yeah.
Wish I could double leg him.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
No, I mean, oh god, dude, fuck, god damn, bro.
Every time you speak of a topic, I mean, it just opens a rabbit hole. I mean, you could talk about Hunter Biden and everything he's done. If you're talking about,
there's no like, dude, I gotta tell you, like, I think here's the thing. I think the best way to try to start to fix this fucking country is that like there needs to be an expectation course on what the fuck there needs to be some expectations because there are people coming out of college who have absolutely no idea what the fucking expectations are. So that's why I like Bernie Sanders. People love Bernie Sanders because Bernie's like, yeah, we're going to fucking get you Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bunk beds and we're going to pay for your college. And it's like, whoa, like, man, like maybe we put some fucking expectations out there of what the United States does.
They're all likable ideas. The problem was he had no plan to pay for it all.
No,
he had a plan.
Everyone says like
he had a plan.
Free healthcare, free this. Nothing's free.
Right.
There's nothing free.
Right. Well, it's free,
like, bro.
for
In the Netherlands, they have free healthcare, free this, free that.
Yeah.
You know how much tax they pay? 70% tax.
Yeah.
Yo, I'll tell you this.
Nothing's free.
I'll tell you this.
Everybody references Canada. The biggest issue in Canada is your wait time. Doesn't matter what you have. Doesn't matter if you have a hangnail or cancer.
You're fucked.
You don't do what we do. You
You're dead.
You don't pick from a bunch of clinics that you can walk into. You don't pick from an ER. You literally call. You get on a waiting list, and you could wait months to get seen by a doctor. Months.
Remember Brock Lesnar? Do you remember Brock Lesnar had like a hunting accident in Canada?
Yeah.
And he's like, thank God I went back to the U.S. to some real hospitals.
Bro. Oh my God, bro. My whole thing is like, dude, I love going to fucking Italy. I love going to Europe.
You can't right now, right? We can't right now.
Well, no, I wouldn't go right now just because I have 2 little kids. But, dude, like my second or third time in Europe, you know, when you first go to Europe, you're like fucking blown away. You're like, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is great. And then you're like, whoa, like, especially in Greece where they have capital control and you're like making friends with people in Greece and they're like, yeah, we're only allowed to spend 2,000 euro a month. You're like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, no matter what, like we can't spend more than 2,000 euro a month. I'm like, what? That you mean to tell me? Like, so
like how do they
I don't know, dude. It freaked me
so
out.
how does somebody
so
become
bad.
a millionaire or successful if you
it's
can't?
Like
Oh,
right?
bro,
No
Greece is in bad shape, dude.
Yeah, no, Greece has been in bad shape for a long time. Yeah,
Greece and bro, Greece.
But
is fucking
I hear
beautiful.
like in China, because China's communist, right? Or it's a form of it, right? Like kids, there's no moving up. You don't move up. You can't like America. You don't
I
make
could
money,
I could see that in China. I didn't know that was the way in Italy. I didn't know that you could only
Greece.
I'm sorry.
Well, they're
Dude,
bankrupt. They bankrupted a couple of years back,
Greece,
right?
Probably. It's dude. I think like for me, my whole thing is, man. I don't even think America's capitalism anymore. I mean, it's like trying to say you're on a no carb diet, but like you eat carbs at night and on the weekends, like you're not on a no carb diet.
That's kind of my diet now.
But yeah, I mean, fuck. I need to start. But yeah, dude. My whole thing is, man. They say the only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. You know, people want to blame.
I see you're on the pro Second Amendment kick lately, and I love it, bro. I see the stuff. Actually, your boy has my gun right now.
Yeah,
Derek
I got
has
loaded
my,
up.
AK.
I got 2 gun safes.
I need to get some more stuff. I think.
Yeah, bro. When he gets back, we'll roll.
I still got
hard to get ammo right
honestly,
now.
In June,
I got 9,000 rounds.
Good
yeah,
for you, bro.
In June,
Of what? Everything, little everything,
I got like, dude. I probably got I got a couple thousand of everything. So
good.
In June, I filed for 2 more handgun permits. Nothing back yet.
In June, wow, yeah. Should be
Crazy.
back by now. That's crazy.
But back to like capitalism, man. Like greed is inherent in human beings. You can't stop a greedy person. I think like the only way to stop a fucking greedy person is just, entrepreneurship is the same way, man. It's the same way. You're gonna have bad people.
What's the difference between greed and being hungry, though? Aren't they one and the same?
I think like
isn't that?
I think, man.
Greed is you cutthroat. You kill.
Yeah, you're gonna step on someone to get what you want. You know.
Yeah.
So for me, man, greed. So like the pharmaceutical companies who don't have like when people just raise their price because they think, oh fuck yeah, let's just increase.
Like fuck them.
Like, God, dude, I get so fucking mad.
I love that show, American Greed. You guys watch that?
Nah.
I fucking love that show.
Good.
It's good. It's just about the rise and fall of people who are simply greedy, step on everybody, and
You ever fly Spirit?
Yeah.
Dude, they're greedy.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, but the price
reflects.
It's $100 to fly to Florida, but if you bring a check-on bag, it's $600.
Right,
Is that what you mean?
Yeah. No. And they made the seats closer together.
Yeah.
Like I'm a little dude, so it kind of doesn't matter that much. And they don't even wrap the whole seats with leather now.
Yeah.
They just wrap the front and they stitch the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, they are cutting. There's no fucking sleeve to put your fucking books in no more. You know what I mean? Like
wow.
They cut everything out.
Yeah.
That's greed. No, they make money. I heard they say airlines aren't even profitable. Actually,
probably not.
that's why they keep getting bailouts left and right. How can they not be profitable?
Well, I mean, I can see it now, but I would think when we're not in a pandemic.
No, I'm saying even when we're not in a pandemic, they say they're not profitable.
I don't see it.
I mean, fuel, fucking maintenance, crew, all this. Does it add up to a plane full of tickets? I don't know.
Where I start going down the rabbit hole, man, is like when you have like unionized labor, right? Oh God, like. Man, we're going down a rabbit hole, dog.
Get it, baby.
You have like Jesus. It's see, like, dude, eat clean, bro. For me, it's always been very simple. I've always been profitable. I've never then you start to think like, yo, is money even fucking real? Like, so you create stock, you sell stock, they buy your company, you take money out. You need to raise more money. You sell a little bit more stock of your company. You get cash infusion. Now you have this unionized staff that's just like taking time off that you're paying for. All these things are like getting. It just, dude, you're fucking go cross-eyed. It's like It's like time travel, but that's why, like, sometimes, man, like, I don't know, maybe I need somebody to fucking teach me about these things.
What's your I mean, it's a little touchy, but what's your about raising the minimum wage $15 an hour? What do you feel about that?
So my whole thing, so like, I want to be the best company out there. I want to be the best fucking guy to work for. I don't think I have anybody in my company who makes less than $15 an hour to begin with.
Wow, that's great.
So like when Murphy did the 2 weeks time off, like, when you're trying to be the best company possible, you're trying to give your employees the best benefits possible. It would be like you wake up one day and now you have to spend $2,000 per kid on Christmas.
Right.
How the fuck would you feel about that? Maybe you do spend $2,000 already on your kid. Maybe you spend $1,000, or maybe you spend $3,000. But for someone to go and tell you how to fucking raise your kids, you're gonna be like, whoa. So the $15 minimum wage, it's gonna be disruptive. It's gonna be disruptive, 100%. I do think the Murphy administration is moving a little too fast for small businesses to be able to keep up, because not only did the fucking minimum wage go up, but now there's 2 weeks paid time off. So the wage is going up, and now there's more time off. So that's more time you have to pay for.
Right.
There's
I hear what, like, the minimum wage, like Amazon, what they did, and I think, is it minimum wage? It'd be only full-time employees get that.
There's health benefits for full-time.
Right, so
Uber
what
did
I heard
that
what
too,
Amazon did is what they did is just cut everyone's hours.
Right.
So then it's like, who's gonna take the brunt of it? Is the consumer takes the brunt of it.
Consumer
Correct?
And like smaller businesses.
Well, the flip side to that too is if they do that, which I think it did happen in New York, right? They went. Are they $15 an hour in New York now?
I know Jersey has like a plan,
dude,
like by 2024.
I had a fucking business.
But a lot of places are going to just go to automation. It's going to be cheaper to have one person working behind the counter at McDonald's and everything automated.
Right.
You know.
So now this is the thing, right? Anytime, dude, I always say this, like, politicians try to, like, you're not, like, when McGregor tried to box Floyd Mayweather, right? Like, no one thought he was going to win with boxing.
No.
Like, these politicians keep trying to stab businessmen, but, like, bro, this is our game. You're not going to fucking beat us.
Right.
Like, stop trying to fuck with us. We have a number in our head that we want to make, and we're not going to let you fucking stop us from making that number. We're going to fucking make that number. So now if we
at the cost of who though? I'm saying it's probably going to cost
every
the
time,
people they're trying to help, which is the employee, right?
Right.
They're hurting in many ways. McDonald's can certainly afford to automate.
Oh, of course.
Probably every store they've got and have a handful of employees and lay off. I don't know how many employees McDonald's has, but I'm sure hundreds of thousands.
Right, like I said, Roger.
So did that politician help employees out? No, I feel like they did them a disservice.
The road to hell
is paved with good intentions.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I keep saying. So, like,
a lot of people say, and I think with this whole, the whole minimum wage thing, you're like, oh, I can't raise a family on minimum wage. You're not supposed to.
You start out with that.
Yeah. Like these low wage jobs,
entry level jobs,
are for kids,
right,
and people that are building up, because then you build up that resume.
Correct.
Then you get the job because you have the experience to give you the money that you deserve.
But all this shit is just, there's just more barriers to entry. Entrepreneurship is just becoming harder and harder. And now, like, what happens is when you have these conversations with businessmen and you have all these new ideas are turning into, like, how do we start a business with no employees? And, like, that's the worst fucking way to think when you're an entrepreneur, because you're supposed to be a job creator. You're supposed to be fucking helping your environment. The fucking community is an ecosystem. People like me are supposed to be trying to fucking create jobs, not think, fuck, the penalty of employees is so great. Let me think of a fucking product to sell that I could fucking use a co-packer to make, where I could build a fucking website in India, and now I have fucking nothing to worry about, and I just sell shit online.
Like you said, the entrepreneur is going to make the adjustments to make the money and fuck everyone else.
Let me ask you about motivational speakers, these entrepreneurial Gary V's, things like that. What do you think of them? Because I feel like they just yell at you, believe, achieve, fucking that's not the way it works for everybody. It does not work like that. That's a very small, very small percentage of people that works for.
So, like, dude, Gary V, like, it depends, right? It depends on where you're at. I think Gary Vee has a lot of good shit to say.
I do too.
It's just so.
But I feel like it's a lot of regurgitated same thing over and over and over. The world needs ditch diggers. Not everybody is gonna, but he wants every individual he speaks to. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Well, think about it.
Sell your shit in your
I feel like you're fucking a lot of people that are quitting their jobs thinking they're going to be the next, big thing in whatever creation they've created.
Some people are addicted to self-help, dude. Like some people are addicted to self-help. But I think what Gary Vee's saying and what you're saying, like the world needs ditch diggers. You know what? If you're digging a ditch, man, and you have a fucking army of fucking people who dig ditches, then maybe you start a fucking ditch digging
company
agency.
Right.
And now you.
But don't you think those people will always create themselves? Don't you think those entrepreneurs will always create I feel like people have made a business out of motivational speaking, and they're making their money from selling dreams that don't always come true, and usually probably don't.
My buddy told me a funny story about this fucking Israeli dude who. I think a lot of the skincare products come out of Israel. I'm not sure.
Oh, I know. Like they put the dead seeds.
Right.
Seeds
And he goes, I sell a dream that doesn't exist, right? And I it's like, so, dude, the Gary Vee shit is refreshing.
I don't mean to pick on Gary Vee.
No,
it's just the first person I thought of.
He's a Jersey
and
guy, too.
I used to follow him. I don't anymore just because I felt like every time I watched him, it was the same thing. So
he was talking directly to you every time.
Yeah, I almost quit my job.
Yeah. I think, I'll tell you what, I stopped posting a lot of that shit when I realized that Gary Vee was out there because I felt like a lot of my motivational shit was like, people would probably think, yo, you're just copying Gary Vee, but that's really the language. And Gary Vee, so like, dude, being a successful entrepreneur or being successful in anything you do is it's a outlook, it's a habit, it's a attitude, and he's just speaking the language. And man, there are people who need to get picked up on that language.
Don't you think that there also has to be some sincerity and honesty behind it? You can't just tell everybody they're going to be the next great thing because they're just not.
Well, no. So what's really funny about that is everybody, so like, dude, you're not going to believe this, but bro, probably the happiest fucking moment I was in my life was when, like, obviously now I have my kids and shit, but I'll never forget, man, how happy I was when I became fully employed. I was paying myself $500 a week. I had my fucking little apartment, my 1-bedroom apartment in Old Bridge with Kayla. We were sharing a Kia Soul. And it was just like, so like for me, bro, I felt like I won the fucking lottery.
Yeah.
And not everybody has to be a multimillionaire. Like, I do think people need to set realistic expectations. People need to be realistic with what they can and cannot do. Mm-hmm. They need to have a plan. Having a fucking plan and a plan of attack and a strategy, those are all good things. Will you become the next Elon Musk? Man, probably not. But the thing is, you got to believe you can to do it. If you fucking start off in the beginning, you're like, nah, I can't. Like, that's my whole thing with belief. So, like, you have to go into the game thinking you're going to win. Sure. Frank, you ever go into a fight thinking you're going to lose?
But I think the key word
no, he goes, yo.
The key word you used is realistic. That's
right.
That's you couldn't focus on a better word. It has to be a realistic dream and aspiration.
But like, back to what I'm saying about like entrepreneurs, like a lot of Gary Vee kids, and they talk and they want to develop the next new app. It's like they're all chasing this which is kind of annoying too, because that goes back to like job creation. Mm-hmm. I probably have more employees than fucking Facebook, which is annoying to fucking think about, because Facebook is fucking one of the biggest companies in the world, right? Mm-hmm. Now, I probably don't have more employees than Facebook.
But they don't have that many. Or something.
Well, I'm actually fucking, dude, I actually know a chef that works there. He says they got a building full of people. But anyway, I don't know how many employees Facebook has, but I'm sure it's a lot, but it should be more. Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg.
I think it got really big in the censorship department lately.
Oh, yeah.
Really big. I think they got a whole building just for censorship.
Yeah, the fucking podcast cuts out.
It's crazy. Yeah, man.
Dude, I do think something, when you look at like Walmart and they come into a new town, they get all these tax abatements. Stop giving fucking Walmart tax abatements. Let Main Street breathe.
Right.
Stop incentivizing these fucking conglomerates who are going to smash.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Like,
the lifeblood of America has always been mom and pop businesses, and it seems like it's trending far away from that now.
But I'll tell you, I don't know if you saw my rant. Did you see my rant about the mountain bike?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I love supporting small business. I love.
Damn, bro. I hate to.
Wait, what?
Facebook has 52,500 employees.
All right, yo, I take that back. All right, I'm sorry. I'll give you anybody offended by what I said about Facebook. I'll email you a eCleanBro gift card to soften the.
I'm telling you, 50,000 of those are in the last 2 years in the censorship department. Though I'm telling you, they censor everything. Everything.
Yeah, I'm off Facebook, dog. I got, you know what? One of my final straws on Facebook was there was this heated COVID thing. There was this argument about COVID, right? And then there was an article saying that like any COVID ventilator death got a Medicaid payment of like $39,000. So I didn't text. I wrote in a comment. I said, yo, is this article true? I said, is the article true? I didn't say anything other than, is this article true? Yeah. And then, bro, people just started fucking lighting me up. And
saying
I'm like,
you're insensitive, right?
Oh, dude, fucking destroying me, calling me an asshole, like piece of shit. Like, I'm like, yo.
I'm so used to it now, man. I don't even bat an eye now.
So I'm like, I just asked if this article is true.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Yep. I asked if an article was true.
Yeah.
I asked a question. And I'm like, man, I'm fucking out of here. Mm-hmm. Like, fuck this. But, shit, what the fuck, Frank? Well, Roger, what the fuck was I talking about?
You're going to talk about your mountain bike thing, yeah.
So, you know those little like tents on wheels that you pull your kid on those bikes? The wagons?
Yeah, I got one, yeah.
Right? They're cute as fuck.
Yeah.
So Kayla's like, I bought a mountain bike because during COVID I bought a whole bunch of shit I didn't fucking need.
Bro, let's go mountain biking.
Well,
The one thing I'm very happy about, I'm repeating myself, I said this, but you've gotten big into the Second Amendment and guns lately, and I see that, and I'm proud of you, brother, for that.
Yeah, I just bought an extra gun safe. I got fucking 12 or 13 guns.
Yes.
I got almost 10,000 rounds of ammunition.
Never were into it before?
You know what's funny? So I always laugh. Like, dude, I never thought I needed a gun. And then once Giorgio was born, you know, when you have a kid, bro, your fucking mind changes. Mm-hmm. But when you have a fucking daughter, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So my daughter was born, and then COVID happened, and I'm like, man, fuck this. So once my daughter was born, it was probably my daughter, dude. When you're a fucking man and you have a daughter, it's the greatest thing in the world, but you get fucking crazy protective of your.
Different, yeah.
Oh my god, dude, it's fucking nuts.
Speaking of that, and this kind of parlays into, you know, you took heat over being insensitive in a post to do with COVID, but I
wasn't insensitive.
No, I know. No, I said you took heat. Yeah. I know you weren't, but today I was reading. I posted. I don't know if I think you liked it, so you saw it. But I took my kids over the weekend and went and had some really cool outdoor photos done, right? And I posted them. And it's 99% love. So I don't mean to focus on this one asshole, but it's an adult. It's a grown ass woman that says, "Why is your hand on her butt?"
Oh my God.
Talking about my fucking daughter, because I took a picture with them where I was hugging them like this. Like, I wanted to fucking just go off on this chick. I can't. The mentality of some people. I feel like she's the sick one.
Yeah,
no? Am I wrong?
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yes, a sick, miserable fuck.
Yeah.
That's probably never been fucked in her life.
I was
right?
dumbfounded.
Jesus.
And I said something back, not what I wanted to say, and then it was down shortly. And I don't think it's because of my comment to her. My fans go in because I get a lot more love than I do hate.
That would
days,
probably, bro. If somebody said something,
it's gone now.
If somebody said something weird like that, like I think it was Weidman's wife, like
love
some
her.
fucking weirdo said something crazy to her about her kids. Bro, if somebody said something weird about me and my daughter, man, that shit would break my fucking heart so bad. Like, we're obviously used to assholes, but like it would just hit.
The problem is it's fucking on social media because no one would say that shit in person.
Fuck no, bro. The amount of shit, as you know, just from being on reality TV.
Oh my God,
that reality TV, you know, being friends with Mike and shit, you know,
Jersey Shore fans.
But
are
the amount
worst.
of shit. But I swear that's been a decade, right? Obviously, I'm not in that world anymore, but. That was a decade ago that started. Not one fucking time in a decade has anybody ever talked shit to my face.
Right.
Ever.
Of
Never.
course.
It's never
People-
happened
yo,
one time.
I remember we were out when, bro, people were fucking going wild at Madison Square Garden for you. We were with Todd Frazier. Everyone was like, oh my God, it's Roger. And like everyone was like, fucking everybody was going nuts for Roger, man. It was so funny.
My point is, and Eddie, what's the name of the show you wanted to do? I still think that's a fantastic idea. Troll Patrol. Troll Patrol.
Yeah.
That nobody does that in perf. Everybody's a tough guy.
Yeah.
And this was a girl today, so I don't want to say tough guy, but everybody feels like they can talk disgusting talk online, and there's no accountability to it because there isn't.
Honestly, it's not allowed to smack nobody, even in person. Like people could say anything they want. You should be able to smack somebody.
Right.
I think
you should.
I think with the way the world is going, and I've thought this for a while, with the way, so like they used to say you used to go to the internet to escape real life, and now it's like you go to real life to escape the internet.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking 100%.
That's a good. I've never heard that before. That's
man, dude, I think like, bro, it's almost like at some point, dude, there's just going to have to be a reset where you have to register your fucking identification and you have to conduct yourself like a normal human being, and you can't just be this fucking trigger what is it, the when you pull the trigger a lot, trigger happy lunatic on the keyboard, because like
Twitter fingers.
But what we all have the option to do, and you did, we all have the option to get off it. You know what I mean? And I had to realize a long time ago, I got to take the heat. You know what I mean? And I can't let it personally affect me, and it doesn't. But I just brought up this example because you were talking about one. But I mean, that is like crossing the next level line there. You know what I mean?
I'm working.
What is the suggestion there?
Right.
The suggestion is that I'm a fucking pedophile. What is wrong with people? What the fuck is wrong with people?
Like, dude, like, God, I can't even imagine, bro. You just what you fucking went through, had your heart ripped out. You're spending a nice day with your daughter, and now some fucking
no, it didn't.
Online.
It did. Honestly, it did not have any of that effect on me at all.
Honestly,
we're in a podcast room, and I'm telling a story about.
I'll tell you what.
You know what I mean?
Like, it does affect you for even if it's for fucking 3 seconds.
Okay,
you read that
fair.
shit. It does. No, because it does me. I'm saying me. I'm not saying you.
Fair.
That's fucked up, man. I hate even looking at that shit. Yeah. I try to post and not look at anything.
Yeah.
You know, cause I just don't want that fucking. It never stays with me because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
I really don't.
I don't either.
But for that fucking second, if I had that person in the room, I'd choke him to death.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Dude, the Jersey Shore fans, like I always tell Mike, like, dude, the fucking hate that comes out of like. And it's like, holy fuck! Like
those are people that hate themselves. Let's
dude,
be real.
it's so bad.
Have you ever wrote something?
No, I don't know.
Have you ever listen? But growing up, all right, from being a kid to now, have you ever wrote something on someone's shit?
Never.
That you didn't know?
Ever.
No.
Ever.
No.
And if it's somebody, and I mean this honestly, man, and I follow a lot of people. I do not follow one person that I don't like, and if they change, which I recently just did this with somebody, I'm not going to say who, but if they change to a different perspective or a viewpoint and start posting about it that is just totally not in line with my way of thinking, I just hit the unfollow button.
Yeah,
I don't need to rip them apart and go on their page and be like, you're a scum.
Or I love people that say, I'm unfollowing. Like, oh, okay.
No need to announce it. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't announce it. I just unfollowed.
Oh God, yeah, this whole social media thing. I'm just like, you know what?
I hate how it's like a barometer on who you are.
Right.
It is. I mean,
right.
It is for us because we're kind of in public figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even for like kids, it matters how many followers you have. Well, that gives you this status symbol,
dude.
Like it's fucked. We're fucked. Did you see The Social Dilemma?
You can buy followers.
Did you see that?
Kids do.
I didn't.
You gotta watch it. You haven't seen it yet?
I watched half of it and it was really good, and I have to finish the other half, but it was really good. Yeah.
I watched Thomas the Train because of Giorgio.
There you go. Yeah. Peppa Pig.
I went through that phase where I
my
only watched
daughter
kid shows.
Hello.
Yeah.
Peppa
I like
Pig.
to jump in muddy puddles.
Yeah.
You know he's 6'6", Peppa Pig, or 12'6" or something.
The voice?
What?
No, the fucking pig. He said I seen something. He's like fucking 12 feet tall.
It's a cartoon, bro. What do you mean?
I'm saying they made it. He's fucking 12 feet tall.
All right. Where do you see him?
That's what they said. How tall?
I know, but where do you go to see?
I don't know. Someone said that. I seen that.
Is there a park where you can go and meet Peppa Pig?
No, I'm just saying the character. I mean, it's a little weird.
Character's a cartoon, bro, and he's not even big.
No, well, let's see. Let's see.
So he's definitely shorter than his parents. So what are his parents?
Look,
20 feet tall?
So, Frank, tell us about your recent excursion to Colombia.
Boom. Actually, 7 feet.
Well, you said 15.
I was wrong. 7's still fucking pretty big for a little
that's
pig.
believable, but it's not 15.
Oh, a fucking 7 foot pig is believable?
It's totally believable.
Okay. Maybe you fucked some 7-foot pigs in your day.
No, they were short. They were short.
Damn. Did you talk about the stem cells?
I did.
We
did.
discussed it in
covered that
detail
already.
Yeah, we did.
I'm trying to get.
And we said
and
we would.
Jamie's gonna go out
We
there.
said we would update, our fans, our followers, or whatever. It's a good chance to give them an update because we just talked about it upstairs. I'm not going to speak for Frankie. Give him a little update.
Nothing yet. I'm still kind of in the recovery process. It's they say it takes 2 weeks up to 6 months to really feel anything, and I'm about 3 weeks in. And
but talk about your commitment to it too. You have not.
Yeah.
Today's the first alcohol you've ever drank since, right?
I'm allowed to have, like they said, wine or
didn't
or
work out for how long? No work, which killed you. I know that killed you.
I did the week of the treatment and the week after. So 2 weeks of no training, bro, which is fucking crazy.
And the reason behind that is they want the stem cells. Again, go ahead.
They don't want to. You don't want to introduce inflammation to your body. So like dairy has inflammation, alcohol gives inflammation, coffee. Supposedly, I'm still a little skeptical about all this stuff, but I'm following it. I'm gonna follow it for like probably a month and a half. And then I'll go back to normal stuff. I'm not really. I live a pretty healthy lifestyle anyway. Yeah. So the healthier you are afterwards, post therapy, the better the stem cells will do.
They want it to target his problem areas and don't want inflammation in other areas, essentially. But yeah,
dude, I'm excited for you.
Yeah,
man.
You thinking about going for the back issues, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Like my whole thing is like, dude, I'm not a victim, right? And I had to train myself to not say no. And now it's funny. Now I have this fucking kid, and you got to tell your kid no. It's so hard for me to say that word.
Dude, my kids are like, Daddy, can I? I'm like, nope, nope. I say, my wife says yes to everything, so I'm Mr. No.
Oh, God.
They know they don't ask me shit.
So, I've just in my mind, dude, I've always tried to be like, I'm not going to let this fucking injury stop me, but at the same time, dude, I'm sick and tired of living in fucking pain every motherfucker. And you know about lower back pain.
Trust me, bro.
That,
I think I'm so advanced with nerve damage. I'm not saying it couldn't treat it in some way, but my nerve damage is 20 plus years old. You can't, you can't. The nerves just don't work like that. When they're dead, they're dead. So most of my issues stems in my back, lower back, but it's all down my left leg, the backside specifically of my left leg. And the numbness, the tingling, nerve. It never goes away. I have horrible atrophy in my calf. My interior calf is pretty much weathered away to nothing. I don't think me going to Colombia to get stem cells in my back at this point, I should have done it 20 years ago. It would probably been a miracle. But I don't know how advanced you are or where you're at. But
they have guys, dude, with they have fucking video of guys. Quadriplegics getting shot up and now they could
move their hand and stuff. Yeah. But that's why I mentioned it to Scotty Kramer in this place.
And I'm surprised. Scotty's a very intelligent guy. I'm surprised he didn't know. He seemed like he really didn't know
about
much
stem cell
of
stuff,
anything about stem cell. Yeah.
But I do hear if you go, like say those paraplegics or someone that got a spinal cord injury, you got to get down there ASAP. Mm-hmm. The earlier you go,
that's my point with my back. I have it's such a long history back when I initially heard it.
Yeah, I hurt myself like 12 years ago. I've been living with this, and I'm just like, man, like, dude, do I have to live? Like, so much of my fucking day and my week goes into like, like
recovery.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even a fucking athlete. Like my recovery.
Still doing jiu-jitsu? Did that help you with bending, flexibility, dexterity, or did it hurt you?
So like, I would never fucking go wrestle somebody, dude, because I feel like that'll blow your lower back out in fucking 30 seconds.
For sure.
But when you start on the ground, man,
it's a lot of stretching.
It is a contact sport. I'm not gonna say it's not a contact sport, but like, the transitions and the positions, man. Like I never felt like I was in a. But I mean, I never did a jiu-jitsu tournament or anything. But like rolling and training, it felt much
still
easier.
Doing it?
No, dude, I was boxing a little, but COVID just, what was fucking weird?
Really
what was terrible about COVID? Because me and Mike were hitting weights 6 days a week, and I was making a fucking comeback, man. I went from full blown dad bod to looking like dad bod who did chores on the weekend.
Yeah, and love it.
But then COVID hit, and me and Mike were like, all right, we're gonna sit this week out. We're gonna sit this week out. We're gonna sit, and then it was like, fuck, I guess this shit is like not coming back. And now Mike's doing his thing. He's got his home gym. He's got and I'm just here.
See,
fucking
for me,
guns.
and I'm making excuses, and Frankie's going to call me out, and he's 100% right. for me, I definitely blamed maybe like the first month. Okay, my gym is closed. I don't have an option.
The first 3 months, weren't we?
No. I went way over a month, but I'm saying in my head I justified it. And then I said, well, now I'm starting to see people work out at home. You know what I mean? Now I'm starting to see people buy gym equipment. And I'm like, nah, push it. And then I was like, all right, let me at least buy a pull-up bar. So I bought a pull-up bar, and I might have used it the first week. And then I was like, let me buy an ab roller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that quickly transitioned into a weight bench. And I'll be honest with you, man. When I finally got it, months later, I barely use it. I'm a guy that just needs to go to the gym.
I do.
He offered me to use his gym down here, and I never came and did it.
I'd much rather go to a gym than
Yeah.
sit in my basement, you know. But you got to do what you got to do.
But I'm back in there now. My weight's way down. I don't feel like my old self. I'm definitely, my body fat percentage is way higher than it was, but I'm back in there. So I feel like, and it feels good to go, so.
It was such like let's just forget about looking good. Just the social aspect of
Yeah,
going, like,
for sure.
being in a social environment so fucking nice.
Yep.
Oh,
It
man.
just makes you feel good, dude.
Yeah.
Working out.
Damn it.
We talked about that with Rory, talking Rory. I point up here because Rory brought us in this.
The knife.
The knife.
Sick.
He came in here and spoke a lot about depression, spoke a lot about, his time overseas and things like that. But people that knew him, and I'm not saying I knew him really well, but people like Jesse and I, even Frankie weighed in on this. We feel like COVID and being not able to socialize and be in those environments greatly, we feel like,
because I noticed, like you said,
he
the same thing. Like
he committed suicide. We feel like it definitely played a role in that he could not be out because, we'd always see Rory out when we'd go out. He'd be at not headliner, used to be's. He'd always be out. He liked to socialize. He liked to be around people. When you take that away from somebody that needs it, they get depressed,
Yeah. He would text you like, hey, but you need any help
Yeah,
or anything? Like
always.
he just wanted to be around. He wanted to help someone.
Exactly.
And now I think you take that away from this guy.
Yep.
And now he's in his own head.
Yeah.
He's got these demons that he obviously has problems
Yeah.
with.
Rest in peace, Rory.
And it was crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crazy. I mean, he was
man.
right here. He fucking
Talked
seemed
about it.
Super nice. He talked about
Positive,
how he
so
had a gun in his
positive.
mouth at one point, and now he's on the better side of it and all this. And
That's so
literally like 3 weeks after, right?
oh, dude,
it was
that's
like a
so,
month. Yeah, I think it was like a month.
I'm really sorry, guys. That's really sad.
No, don't be sorry for us. He had children. Be sorry for his children, which But my point was that being able to socialize means a great deal. Not to everybody, but to some people, it means a great deal. So that camaraderie, that gym vibe, it's not just all about health and lifting and getting bigger and stuff. There's a value to it. There definitely is.
Man, going on. You never know what. Like it's like almost like a cliche saying. Like you don't know what anyone's going through, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And it's like situations like this where you're like, fuck. Like he had the awareness. He knew the steps to take.
I feel like when he came in here, he helped a lot of people in talking about it and being so candid and so open to it. And then a month later, he loses his life to the very thing he's talking about and the very thing he's trying to help people with,
That's just so terrible.
When you talk to
man.
anybody that knows someone that committed suicide,
Yeah.
they just, some people, I guess you would say, all right, you could expect it. Some people are just like, what the fuck? I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had like,
I think
dude,
most people are like, what the fuck?
a couple of like, I've had a couple friends commit suicide, and a lot of them are just like the nicest fucking people, dude. It's like their suffering is just so intense,
Right.
that they're putting themselves out there. They're trying to make the world a better place, and like obviously their suffering is real fucking bad to do what they've done.
What we talked about when Rory was here is the label you get after you're gone and you're not able to tell your story. And I went through a horrible bout of depression, but when you're not able to tell your story, most people say, well, there was something wrong with that person. I think it can happen to anybody. I think depression can dig so deep in any person. There's nothing wrong with you.
To make them
Sure.
kill themselves?
So do you think Rory was predisposed to some, I don't know, degenerative brain thing or something I don't.
Well, listen, he was a vet.
Yeah.
He may have been in bombs where he created CTE.
Possible.
So you don't
do
know.
Do you think I am?
What?
Because I at one point in my life, for a very brief period of time in my 45 years, I considered checking out.
Right.
So do you think something's wrong with my brain?
No. I just think because you didn't succumb to it. Obviously, you were in a bad spot. You know, You're being mentally weak.
But
I'll be honest. I am not trying to dog it, but you're being mentally weak.
Agreed.
You will agree to that.
Agreed.
Because you were like you were putting all this pressure on yourself and acting like it was the end of the world. When now in retrospect, like, wow, what the fuck was I really?
No, it was pretty bad. But
it was bad. But it was bad in your own head.
Worse in my own head.
That's what I'm saying.
I compounded it and compounded it and compounded it to the point where it consumed me. It literally consumed me, and I let it do that. So I agree. I was mentally weak, but I'm 45.
But
I'm 45 years old. That's not something that has plagued me at any point in my life.
No,
other than
that's what I don't think. That's what I don't think. Yeah, that's what I don't think it's something with your brain. I think you had a moment of weakness.
Had I succumbed to it though,
then it would have been a moment.
Would I be labeled as having a brain issue?
No, I mean, if I say you did fucking do this and I known you, I'd be like, dude, he didn't have a brain issue. Yeah. He fucking succumbed to this pressure.
Okay.
That's what I would think, at least,
All right.
These guys setting his fucking suicide
No, idiot. I'm saying you're labeling a guy like Rory as possibly having traumatic brain injury.
I don't know that, but the fact that he had PTSD, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't know if that contributed to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
He might have had
it's certainly higher. Suicide is certainly higher in vets, no question.
Dude, 22
no
a
question.
day or
No
every
question,
22 days. What is it? 22 a day. If vets kill themselves, dude, it's fucking crazy.
Like
I think that's something we don't do a good job in this country.
Oh, bro,
know?
no question.
Like to me, these people should get taken care of. I have no problem with that.
Jamie, I wasn't there, but you threw I guess we'll call it a 9/11 celebration. I saw some of the highlights from that, some of the video of that. Extremely, extremely impressed with you, man, because they weren't even going to do the light celebration in New York. It's almost like they forgot about it, and my mind was blown. And then I saw that you did that, and I was like, what a good human being to shine light on that issue and talk about it. Tell for the people who don't know what I'm talking about. Talk about what you did.
So, man, I'm always the type of person, man. If I see something fucked up, dude, I try to do something about it. The minute I saw that the lights were canceled, I was like, for the one fucking thing during COVID that everyone can fucking do and look out their window and
didn't have to go to. Didn't have to be a crowd.
It wasn't a motherfucking parade.
Right.
It wasn't It wasn't a. It was fucking lights, and then they had this fucking bullshit with the fucking crew from Italy, and there was this crew and this. Like, dude, New York doesn't even use lights that are that fucking good. For what it is, man, they should fucking up their game. Yeah. They have a fucking bunch of spotlights that fucking shoot up. They should get some fucking lasers. Anyway, dude, I was so, like, I don't know if Cuomo and de Blasio go home at night thinking they're doing a good job. Yeah. I really hope they're not fucking thinking that.
I can't see how that's possible.
But, you know what, man, it's a fucking hard time to be a political leader, no doubt. I just don't know how you, like, for me, dude, like, as a fucking New Jersey guy, New Yorker, you're not, like, if I was in charge, that would never even be
a thought,
a fucking option.
Right.
What do you mean there's no fucking lights? Bro, look, maybe we can't get those fucking lights from Italy, but we're going to get some fucking lights from, I got my lights from California. Like, we're going to get something. Yeah. We're not going to not do nothing. What do you?
And their resources are much bigger than your resources.
Way, way, way bigger. And actually, man, Frank, I was so fucking scared that day because the fucking lights looked like that fucking that cabinet right there, that little one, that little brown cabinet. And like these dudes are from California. They flew in. They're tinkering on these fucking things, bro. The fucking box looked like that shelf from Bed Bath and Beyond. And I'm like, oh fuck, like I got the fucking mayor here. I have like the whole fucking police staff. I've like multiple fucking units from all these towns. I'm like, please God, just let these fucking lights do what the fuck they said they do. Like, bro, they slapped the lights, legit, the lasers.
I thought we were gonna like take some planes down, bro. They were
really?
They were fucking
really?
Dude.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was an incredible memorial and dude, like I think part of what made it so incredible, like I missed a lot of things. I didn't have proper lighting, but like, dude, it was just so fucking nice to be outside and be with people.
Yeah.
And it was just such a special night that like we had our moment of silence. We shared our stories and our memories. and we honored the innocent people who lost their lives, and yeah, I mean, this might be something I do. It was such a positive event. It was such a positive event that it might be something I just do every year and try to make it, build on it, you know, try to maybe help. I'm trying to do more with my efforts now. So
speaking of that, something I'd really like to do with you again next year, and Frankie, that had such an amazing positive vibe and was such a charitable cause. We got to do the polar bear plunge.
Oh, man.
That was such an epic day.
Oh, yeah.
Full of love. I've never seen that many people in Seaside and not a single argument, fight, fist thrown, and it was packed, bro. It was just it was just a good vibe and such a charitable cause.
Dude, the fact that you said like a fist thrown, like I went out, so I'm coming here, and usually I do nighttime with the kids and shit. And Kayla's like, why don't you why don't you go out to dinner with one of your friends and like make the most of the night? You know, Grammy's here, so I'm like, all right, cool. And like I'm meeting up with somebody, and the first fucking thing out of their mouth is like, yeah, and I was gonna beat the fuck out of this guy. And I'm like, yo, man, like this is like, we're so Jersey. Like the first fucking thing out of people's mouths, like who they're gonna beat up, and you're like, yo, no one swung. Like we're in Seaside, and we're like, yeah, there were people, and nobody fought each other. It's like,
that's like an anomaly.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Are we even in New Jersey right now? Like,
if you drove over to Seaside right now, which is dead, there'd be a fight going on somewhere. It would be a fight. Two bums would be kicking the shit out of each other somewhere.
Someone's fighting over the arcade game.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was so much fun.
It was, man.
A blast.
That was so much fun.
It was.
And I
pray that they do it again this year and this COVID shit passes. It's in January or February?
It was fucking
February, right? February,
yeah. Wow, that was right before.
Yeah.
Right before March when it hit. Yep.
Dude, so what's crazy is I was at a wedding in Bergen County right before the shutdown, and there was a little bit of a fucking outbreak at that wedding, dude. 8 people got it. 1 person died.
Wow.
Bro, it was, but so many weddings got canceled. You know, so the place I'm at now is a wedding venue, and like they've been closed the whole year. I feel so fucking bad. So like some businesses, man, like, jeez, it's a real shame, dude. How some of these businesses, like a wedding hall,
right?
What are you gonna fucking do?
My girl does wedding hair. That's what she does, and she's booked solid. Like her calendar's booked to like 2022. Dead this year.
Dead, yeah.
And everybody wants to rebook for next year, and she's booked.
Right.
So she's losing all these clients that she can't rebook, who all put deposits down. Sucks, you know.
Yeah,
but,
that does suck.
You know, she's all right. She'll be fine. And wedding, she's doing a lot of backyard weddings now because everybody's getting married in their backyard, basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I feel bad for the wedding venues because those are the people where she would be going to do the hair. You know.
Right.
So yeah.
Damn. Well, yo, if anybody wants backyard catering
yes,
for a very great price
or hair,
yo, hit up your boy Jamie at ecleanbro.com. I will beat anyone's price.
Yeah.
And the quality, I'll beat the quality too.
Yes,
absolutely.
And I can marry you too. I'll jump on stage.
Yeah.
Pronounce
you got ordained?
Wife. No, I didn't.
Oh.
Man, I couldn't even make it through bartender school. I made it was like a weekend course. I'm like, fuck this on Friday night.
Checked out?
Yeah, fuck this.
You have such a good story, bro. How you ended up where you're at and what. It's just a great story, man.
You know what, man? Like,
almost blowing your dick off and your boy's parents.
Oh my God. Dude, legitimate, dude. I was in that explosion. All my arm hair, my face, everything was burnt. Something stabbed me in the leg. I got stabbed in the gut, and I was like, fuck. I just blew my dick off. Like, I checked. It was such bro, if anybody who's ever been in an explosion, I mean, it's fucking scary as fuck, man.
Yeah.
When like an explosion occurs.
Oh yeah, never been an explosion.
They're annoying. I just
annoying.
it was very small. I was fucking lighting a fire in my backyard with gasoline. I just got this burn barrel. I'm getting like obsessed with barbecue and like cooking with ambers, and I fucking throw the thing in. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be safe. I'm gonna throw the fire in from far away, and so the fumes of the gasoline is what's like very explosive.
Yeah.
I fucking singed like my eyelashes off my left.
Shit.
I don't know. It's always fucking something with me.
Talking about grilling and shit. This guy got a Traeger grill, which I'm gonna get one soon, which is dope. But bro, I don't know what that thing you bought is.
Yeah.
But it's like the
looks like a torture chamber.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah. So
what is it?
It's a Hooray grill. It's a Santa Monica style grill, all open over open flames, and it's got that big crank, dude.
Right, the whole top cranks up.
Yeah,
right?
The grill goes up and down. It's got the rotisserie attachment. It's made by hand. I think they're in Kansas City. I made friends with the owner. Yeah, man, like just felt good to support American guy building American shit. I just got a smoker from Texas, Cannon pits, custom smoker too. Oh man, it's I got the coolest fucking shit in my garage. You know, it's funny, dude. I just got back from vacation in Aruba with my family. It was the best trip I ever took in my life. It was so relaxing. I felt so safe. It was so needed. On top of deleting social media off my phone, and I'm in my garage and I'm just thinking like, wow, like look at all this stupid shit I bought over the quarantine. Like I was just stress buying so much shit. I mean, I'm glad I have the stuff. My grill, man, I have some cool fucking grills, but I'm like, why'd I do this?
You posted a video of that thing, and I was like, that has to be the creme de la creme of all grills.
It's really cool. It's really cool, and because I have so many chefs. We actually have like a super talented team. We have a super talented culinary team, and I was like, how the fuck can I help these guys make some extra money? And I was like, man, maybe if I create like this catering concept that's like this really cool open fire cooking concept where people pay and it's like a flat fee. People come, they cook food, they have a good time, and I could help everybody make a little extra money on the side. So like, that was the thought process behind some of this equipment. Like put it on a trailer, pull it with the truck, show up, wheel the shit out, get the fire going, cook like real fucking crazy shit that like you can't get anywhere else. Like barbecue doesn't really do good in New Jersey just because of the New York minute. But like barbecue takes a lot of time. Yeah. It's a lot of patience, and that's not something that we have here in New Jersey. Right. But if you're having a party and you could clock everything and time it out perfect and serve it, I think it would be a cool concept. But
talking about overcoming and adapting, I'll give my buddy a shout out, Alex, that owns Down the Hatchet. Used to be in Silverton, right? It was a place you'd go to, and it was all set up, had lanes or whatever. Yeah. COVID happened, it closed down, right? So we made it mobile. He put it on a trailer, and it's all caged in, and he's killing it. I mean, every party now you can still go in. The social distancing applies because you're in a caged unit. You know, I think you're only allowed in there 2 at a time. Actually, 1 at a time. I think 2 people can be in there, but only 1 at a time can throw. But his overhead is zilch, nothing, all paid for. Doesn't have to pay rent. I mean, that's you're talking about entrepreneurship. That was a great thinking outside the box when COVID-19 happened. So
right, yeah. My whole thing was like with this indoor dining capacity, people may be doing home parties. Like it's hard to tell where it's. I don't know, dude. It's hard to tell, but being an entrepreneur is adapting. I love stories like that, you know, because I just, dude, even people I don't like, I hate hearing bad, you know, like I don't want to hear about anybody going out of business. That's like so fucking horrible.
Yeah, you know,
because back to like paying off a $40,000 student loan. If you go upside down hard on your business and you're in big debt, and then you got to go get a job, your fucking income is taxed. It's like fucking takes forever
to get out of the hole.
Oh my god, fuck.
Yeah, no, totally.
So, but
yeah,
we're keeping it real out here. We let it fucking rip.
It's good having the bro god. I call him the bro.
The bro god.
The bro god in the room again.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for having me,
man. Always here.
Does that work in Atlanta? Because you obviously have in Atlanta. I feel like everything in Jersey's bro, right?
Yeah.
Everything's. But now you have an Atlanta location. Does the
Eat
clean
y'all.
bro?
Eat clean, y'all.
Yeah, y'all should be eat clean, y'all, right?
People are
Bro, everybody loves the bro. Come on.
Yeah, Eat Clean Bro in Atlanta is fucking catching. It's got a very promising future. It's looking good, man. I got a lot of good. I actually sent my original chef from 2013 down there. Oh, wow. So he lives down there. And we have a really strong team. The food is great. The service is great. It's catching. But what's funny is in New Jersey, man, like my billboards are so intriguing. But like it's funny. In New Jersey, people are kind of nosy, right? They want to know what that is. Like, yo, what the fuck is that? Yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, in
So look it
Atlanta.
up.
And in Atlanta, dude, I fucking blasted that city with billboards and
Nothing.
no one's fucking no one cares in Atlanta.
Really?
No one's nosy.
No,
New Jersey, New York, people were
It's
like,
true.
"Yo,
It
what's
is
up
true.
with that?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Who is that? Who would do that?" They're like, "Oh." I'm like, damn it!
Try. I'm telling you, Frankie's onto something. Try eat clean, y'all. You might.
Yeah.
It might
Clean,
be too.
y'all.
Yeah, or maybe hey guys, go to eatcleanbro.com and order meals.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll
Right,
they'll be
right.
like, "Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
That's it. Yeah.
Just do this, please. Help me." But
Well,
but
James,
yeah,
yeah.
it's good down there. I am not that I'm leaving New Jersey, but I am getting a second house down
there
in Georgia. And
Oh, nice.
you know what's really funny, man? Like, look, man, obviously things went really well for me, and I always believed that I could do this, but it's one thing to believe, it's another thing to like hold it in your hand. And it was just so crazy. Like, on one hand, we have New Jersey, and Georgia, I think, was the first state in the United States to just say, man, fuck this shit with COVID, and just opened up.
Yeah.
And they were open earlier, like
April.
yeah,
May, maybe?
yeah. I don't
I
even
know.
think it was summer, and they were open, and like New Jersey's still not open, you know. So it's like I have, on one hand, I'm in business in one state, and it's really interesting to I have real boots on the ground, and I'm talking to them, and they're like, man, we wish we were more like you. And I'm like, dude, I don't know but I don't know. You know what, man? As I was driving here, I was thinking about this, and I think about this a lot because I always think about, like, I guess it just makes the pill easier to swallow, right? Like, what is this person thinking? Or, man, if I was the governor, dude, I really don't know how the fuck to handle.
It's easy to be an armchair quarterback.
Right.
None of us
Yeah,
do.
no, right.
But the difference in the states is just mind blowing to me.
is.
It's like you said, Georgia. I use Florida as an example. It's mind blowing.
It is a little. It's definitely suspicious.
Yeah.
It's suspicious, and at the same time, it's like, I don't know. Like, you have a friend who committed suicide, who is obviously probably not able to go to, you know, who knows what type of therapy sessions he was going to or groups he was a part of.
He was a speaker. I think
Right.
that helped him tremendously. Like, just like this podcast helped him. You know, to go and speak to. He spoke to a lot of police organizations. He spoke to training facilities. He spoke to guys that were enlisted. He spoke, and I think that he needed that. I do. I think he needed it.
My analogy, I always joke with people on COVID, is like, yeah, you can get rid of knee pain if you amputate your leg, right? Like, you could. If you were so focused on knee pain, you fucking hated your knee pain, you cut off your leg, yeah, you can get rid of knee pain. But then you have no leg.
Right.
So this whole thing with COVID, man,
There's no easy answer to
there's
it,
like,
obviously.
but I don't have the fucking science team behind me to help. There's, dude, like,
But it's the science that is the most confusing. It contradicts itself constantly. Fauci's contradicting
I've
himself.
been saying that from the
I can't tell you how many times. That's the mind-blowing part.
That's the whole thing with, like, Eat Clean Bro, dude. People fucking, and that's one of the funny things. Science contradicts itself all the time, especially with, like, diets.
but it's
right?
not supposed to.
Right. But, like, the thing is, with the right science, you could
No,
prove
yeah,
prove or disprove any
whatever
argument
you want.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to say that eggs were healthy, you could find the science to prove that eggs are healthy.
Right.
If you wanted to find the
I agree.
science that eggs are unhealthy,
You can find.
so
it,
that's
yeah.
why, like, man, kind of going back to the shit I've been saying all along, like, fucking flush your phone down the toilet, turn off the TV, and just try
That's
to
what they say. You know what will make COVID go away? Turn off your TV.
Yeah.
That'll it'll
Just
be gone
like,
tomorrow.
Frank, like, remember when, like, you hit me up and you were like, bro, there's people hurting. You're like, dude, I want to do something. You were like, I want to help somebody. I'm like, yo, Frank, fucking call your barber. Fucking buy 10 haircuts up front. I'm like, call your fucking chiropractor, buy 10 adjustments up front. Like, and sometimes all the problems in the world, and that's where the hypocrisy drives me crazy, right? Like, you have these fucking people who can't manage their own finances, yet want the government to take over, and, like, they want to roll out this huge plan to manage everyone else's finances. Like, dude, you can't even manage your life,
Right.
let alone take care of a family,
Right.
let alone try to manage an organization.
Can't manage your state. You want a federal bailout, but you're going to tell me how to manage my.
Yeah, like, so at the end of the day, man, when you're feeling like shit is spiraling out of control, yo, look around. If you're in a position to help somebody, help somebody. If you're in a position to volunteer, like, just, man, get out of this. Like, I felt the whole fucking media and everything just made me feel like I was tumbling down a hill, and I'm like, dude, I'm out. I'm not letting this happen to me. I'm not letting this happen.
Good idea.
Right?
I mean, I wish I could do it. I've definitely gotten better though. But my like usage went down 40%.
Did it really?
Yeah, last week. I made a conscious effort to be like, all right, fuck this phone for a little bit.
I feel like you're always busy, man. You're always on the go.
Yeah, but
where do you find the time? In the evenings?
Yeah, evenings or like, yo, I just have a problem. Like, I'm fucking. If I eat alone a lot because I'm fucking always on the go, and I'll fucking look at my phone the whole fucking time I'm eating.
Yeah.
You know, which whatever. I don't think that's so bad. You know, I'm by myself. You know, but like, I'll be at the pisser at a restaurant, and I'll have to pull my fucking phone out to keep me occupied for 30 seconds. I'm pissing. Like, that's just. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
I'm guilty too, man.
Well, how are you like with your kids? Right? It's all virtual learning now.
That's where if I'm staring at my phone and my kid, like the other day, my kids came over, and my deal is, if it's nice out, we're out. We're not, but they came over the other day and it was pouring rain. So I said, hey, listen, guys, if you want to be on your iPads for a little bit, I'm okay with it because it's pouring rain. Yeah. But then I'm fucking sitting there looking at mine.
I know.
I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. We're not spending time together. You know what I mean?
I know. Man, the whole thing with the kids, dude, like Kayla would always be like, yo, you're always on your phone. And I'm like, damn. Like, 'cause everybody says they grow up so fast. And I'm
they
like,
really
dude,
do,
I don't
man.
want to fucking,
really do,
I don't want to
yeah.
look back at my life and be like, yeah, I was double tapping a fucking Instagram food recipe while like my kid was trying to fucking give me his toy or something.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm out.
It's tough, man.
I'm out.
It's tough.
I
I admire you for deleting it. That's.
I might, you know what, dude? I might even be out for good. I think the thing that's the most discouraging is like I used to joke around, and this was, I think this was back in like 2016. I used to be like, yeah, you know, I grew up in a time where action spoke louder than words, but now like words are posts and posts are louder than actions, and you're like, man, what the fuck happened to civilization? Like, what the fuck? And then you're getting stressed out like, yo, did I say something crazy 12 years ago? Like, my boy Brett, sweetest fucking kid, bro. This dude's like a fucking vegan yoga fucking foo-foo motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this dude is a fucking snowflake.
Everything you ever said ever now is
right. This dude is a fucking teddy bear, bro. This is a fucking sweetheart. Dude said fucking something dumb 12 years ago. I'm like, bro, he got like fucking fired off TV and like fired. His career got canceled, and it was like, fuck. Like, you start worrying, like, yo, dude, did I say
the grab him by the pussy line?
Well, I'm like, yo, man,
I definitely said something.
Did I fucking
come
like,
back and haunt me? I'm sure.
Like, yo,
but hopefully it wasn't recorded.
Did I say like? Well, that's another thing, bro. Thank God we all grew up.
Right.
Like, yo, you got kids and like your kids are on social media,
know, man,
bro. Imagine you say something stupid in the 8th grade, and now they're
my
like,
God.
kill this motherfucker. You're like, what? Like, I was fucking 13.
They
like,
make your past your present now.
Holy fuck, it's bro, it is overwhelming, and like, dude, I'm out. I'm fucking out.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My intentions are good, bro. My actions speak louder than words. I'm fucking and plus, bro, anytime a hater comes at me, dude, I fucking smash them because I do so much that it's like, bro, I'll fucking destroy you.
I don't think anybody doubts that. If someone doubts it, they're obviously just a hater that doesn't know the real story. So.
Correct. Yeah.
But man, dude, it's if anybody's out here listening, definitely tune into the podcast.
Hopefully,
hold on, dude. Yeah, hopefully somebody's listening. Yeah. Yo, it's that guy who was pissed off about your double knockout joke.
Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I wonder if I come in with too conservative of a view. Sometimes I'm like, are we gonna get fucking like shadow banned for this shit? You know what I mean?
No, Raj. I think, bro, what the whole thing with
seriously.
Yeah, I don't think we're that big, but I do wonder sometimes.
Damn, man, I forgot where I was going with that, but yeah, just.
I think you just got to be you at the end of the day. I think I'm a good person at the end of the day. I think that I'm definitely a humanitarian that cares about everybody. I think that we're all equal and should be. That's why I kind of, when you brought up the word white privilege, I think it's a divisive term. I think it's divisive in that it segregates color again, and I think the more conversation we have about segregating color, the worse it is. So
I think, like, man, I'm gonna reflect on my life. I'm gonna reflect on some lucky breaks that I have, and every fucking thing I could think of, I'm gonna try to give back to somebody who needs it. And if that's not enough, or if that's the wrong way to look at it, like, fuck, like, you know what, man, fucking let's have more conversations. Let's talk more. But, and you know what, dude, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm a motherfucking expert in certain histories. I try to learn. It is very painful to learn. It is sad that shit happened. I would like to see, you know, like, my favorite thing would be like, man, give people with money more opportunity to invest in like, it's fucking, dude, there's no easy answer, but I do think entrepreneurship is the way out of this mess. I think when people have an opportunity to make money and that opportunity is real, people straighten out real quick, because, you know, who doesn't want to live the American dream?
Correct.
I mean, the American dream is the real deal.
Correct.
And it's
correct. And it seems like we're getting further and further away from that, where people
New Jersey
disrespect
is
the American dream and capitalism.
Yes. And the fucking hypocrisy behind all it's fucking crazy, dude.
You guys both definitely make more money than me, no question. And I could not be happier for you. You know what I mean? That is, I think, what America is supposed to be. You know what I mean?
America is supposed to be like your pursuit of happiness. Like,
that doesn't mean I'm not happy. I'm happy.
Right.
But I'm talking about capitalism specifically.
Right. And when I go back and I talk about the happiest I ever was in my life, when it was me and Kayla in a 1-bedroom apartment, when I was making $500, it felt so good.
Correct.
It felt so good to be self-employed. It felt so good to be my own boss. It felt so good to wake up and work for myself. I never cared about a fucking gold Rolex or a fucking Mercedes or a fucking mansion. Like,
but it does feel good. It does feel good.
As that watch is hanging out.
It does feel good. It does feel good to have that watch.
I'd rather cry in a mansion.
Actually, when you know what, dude? I
covered the watch up.
I started you know, what's funny, so, like, here's my thing, right? So, like, when I talk to some of my high-level employees about, like, my problems, they all laugh at me, but I'm going to get the last laugh. So when I cut my my yearly bonus checks and that shit gets taxed the way I'm going to laugh at them. It's like, hey, here you go. Here's the most taste of Jamie problems. It's funny. Shit, man. You know what, dude? Nothing I've ever done, and I think, like, people know this, dude, like, it's never been about money. Money helps. Money's great. But, like, dude, it's
more money really is more problems if you let it be.
Oh my
God,
it
really is. No question. No question.
It took man, if you add up all the time it took me to get here, if I really didn't start making I don't really think I started making real money until, like, last year. Because I was always, like, reinvesting back into the business, you know. I have so much debt, but I mean, it's all good debt, but, like, dude, you're essentially, like, you're just keep putting additions onto your business. So, like, it was, like, always investing, better management, better culinary team, better equipment, better technology, and that shit all costs money, but that's part of the game, and that's what makes it fun.
Right.
And it's like starting a business, man. You could hit it big, you know. You could be there's all types of people, bro. Like, Derek's got his gun store. He's doing good. I'm helping my buddy with a gutter cleaning business. I'm helping my buddy try to think bigger to scale his Christmas light business. I talk with my friend who I buy organic juices from every week on how to help her business. And it's like, there's all different types of vehicles. Like, I am not passionate about financial algorithms. If I was, man, maybe I'd be making fucking hundreds of millions of dollars. Like, it's like capitalism is your vehicle. It's like your art. You know, you get to go and pick what you want, what makes you happy. My buddy, you know, that I'm investing in is passionate about farming. And as a big food guy, so am I. And I'm like, man, that's fucking cool. We start talking about gardening and plants and nutrients and fucking temperatures and all this shit. And, like, that's what he loves to do. And, you know, when people start counting other people's money and shit, like, there's so many other fucking things I could have done that would have made more money. But your pursuit of happiness, like, man, my biggest hurdle, like I said, bro, when I started paying myself $500 and I stopped feeling worthless, and I'm like, wow, like, after all this time, like, all my failures counted for something. When like all my failures counted for something, and I could look back on my past and not be embarrassed about it, and be like, wow, fuck, I needed to take all those steps back so I could get on the right track. Man, like, dude, I just wish I could fucking do something. I wish I could do more for people to help them get on that fucking path, to find the way to fucking like essentially.
I think the way you do that is to do what you're doing and just be honest. You're not being Gary Vee right now, but it's funny you said that about the first $500 you made, and you could weekly you could pay yourself, and how much that meant to you, and what a pinnacle. You're looking at a UFC Hall of Famer, soon to be. You know what I mean? And this guy has pinnacle fights that are just, I couldn't imagine being in there with some of these guys, and his favorite fights are at the Seaside Boardwalk. You know what I mean? It's funny what you feel like is motivational to you, and what made you, and career defining, not even career defining, life defining moments are to you. You talk about, clearly you're on top of the world now, but making that $500 a week, that'll always to you be a pinnacle. Him fighting a couple dudes on the Seaside Boardwalk when he was 17 is the pinnacle of his fight. Not the pinnacle, that's the wrong word, is the most memorable part of his fight career. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always look back at those times, and it was just so special. And when you think about being a business owner, when you look at a multi-million-dollar enterprise, that's a much more complicated idea than somebody who just figures out a way to make $500 a week for themselves.
Right, correct, yeah.
So I think when you're trying to start off, it's the same thing we're talking about with politics. People want to change the fucking world, and like, dude, you got to fucking change yourself.
Yeah.
You got to be the fucking person so I love entrepreneurship, man. I love capitalism.
A lot of risk in it.
There's a lot of risk, and there is like I
took the safe bet. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm a union guy. I have a
Yeah.
guaranteed paycheck every week.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to put food on the table for myself and my kids, and it's a guarantee. And I took the safe bet, and I took it a long time ago. I suppose I didn't have that entrepreneurial mindset per se. My dad did. My dad, started his own business and did well. But I was like, I'm the same way when I go to AC.
Yeah.
You're probably different than me. When you go to AC, do you gamble? I don't, because I like the safe road.
Yeah, I used to gamble, but at this point, to get a rush out of gambling would be so fucking irresponsible. It was so I played with a couple dollars, but in order for me to get like a rush, like back when I was 21 and I was playing with $300 or $500, but like that was the money I made the whole weekend. And
Right.
My back was up against the wall. Like, dude, no, gambling's just not that exciting. I'd rather just go out to eat to a nice steakhouse.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
But dude, I think awareness and a plan. So like, one of my teachers in Brookdale was always like, yo, you can become a millionaire. You just need to have the plan. And then he was talking about, every year I make an extra mortgage payment. I do this, I do that. He's like, it just takes time. And that's the whole thing with money. So like a lot of the older wealthy guys will tell you nothing beats time and money. And if you can become aware of your life, if you could be aware of your timeline, if you could come up with a strategic plan, even if you make like shitty money, like, look, obviously nobody wants to make shitty money, but like there's also a misconception where if you make shitty money and you cannot manage your life, more money is not going to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fucking beast at managing that $500 a week.
Yep.
And that's why I'm able to handle the responsibility I have now. It's not the other way around. I wasn't bad with money. Like early on in my life, I was a fucking mess. I had to learn a lot of painful mistakes. I got good at handling money, and now I'm able to steer this ship because of the financial discipline that I have. But
which is why you're investing in hydroponics. You're trying to figure out how to cut out the trucking, the logistical fees of getting fruit, not vegetables and fruit, I suppose, here from California, right? That's the same concept.
Yeah, dude, my whole big dream, man, is if someday I could start owning farms and then really giving people food from the farm. That would be super cool. But that's like a 20-year realistic goal potentially.
I don't have 20 years left. So.
But
Definitely not.
No. Frank, you just got re-up, man. You're good. You're gonna live to 100 with that new work you got.
Yeah. Shit. I don't know about
Shit.
that, but I'm working on both ends. I'm working on the other way on both ends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you're still winning fights, bro.
Yeah,
You're the fucking man.
Yeah. I'm just killing myself doing it. You know what I mean?
Anything lined up yet for you?
Nothing lined up.
Guys are calling you out, man. So
yeah, well, we'll see, man. I honestly, man, I want to get a clean bill of health before I get back.
Yeah,
in
sure.
I this last camp, bro, I fucking struggled to get through it. I mean, I had a great camp because I fucking worked hard, but it was tough. I had two cortisone shots in my hip. I was fucked up for a little bit.
bursitis in the elbow, right? Right
Bursitis
before
in
you
my
went.
elbow. That was the week before, and I just want to have I don't. I limp in the gym and I limp out of the gym. I don't want to limp no more.
Right.
So hopefully this shit works.
I don't see how you could be any more committed than flying to Colombia and doing some stem cell treatments. That's about as committed as you could get to fixing yourself.
I'm definitely down to fucking heal up. So hopefully this all works out.
Yeah, man.
Yo, dude, you think they could hit you with like a bionic leg so you could fight with like a metal leg?
Maybe.
That'd be awesome.
Nah, I don't think that'll work.
Throw some fucking leg kicks with a metal leg. Dude, so that's my whole thing, man. If anybody could take shit away, put your phone down, put the TV down, try to fucking help people.
Yeah.
Believe in your fucking self. No matter what the fuck you are, you have to believe. Don't go into anything doubting yourself. Bad idea.
Yeah.
You're going to lose.
Yeah.
You have to believe. Go in believing. Do what you fucking can. Be grateful for some of the lucky breaks you got. If you can, if you're in a position to give back and return those lucky breaks, return those blessings, do it. And, man, just be open to having conversations and try to eliminate hypocrisy of your life, please, God.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I would say that's right from someone's mouth. What was that expression? It's right
From the mouth of babes or whatever.
No, it's right from the mouth of fucking the bro god.
The bro god.
The bro god.
Please, Lord, listen to me.
Well, James,
we got to cancel hypocrisy is what we need to cancel.
for sure.
James, it's good having you, my man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you, bro.
You're welcome anytime, brother.
Thank you.
We'll run it back again when you.
I don't know if my arm's that
when,
long,
when
brother.
you have,
I'll
when
get
you have that farm, we'll have to,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll put a little side.
All Frankie heard was hydroponics, and immediately his eyebrows went up. Jam of the Tramp, guys. Check us out. Share, like, and subscribe.